All right, welcome back, everybody, for Realms of Faroff Session 2. Our adventuring party has all come together once more for this fun time here on Thursday night. Does anyone want to recap last week's adventure? What happened? I'll give you a +2 to anything you want it to in
All
tonight's
right,
game. Nailed it.
So what happened is we were all at school. We got called to headmaster quarters office. He was like, "You're all up for graduation. Now you have to go to this place." It was Fort
Fowen.
Fort Fowen, and investigate the disappearance of some random people at Fort Fowen. So we went to town. We decided the fastest way to do that was to get on a merchant vessel, which is going to be stopping at Wade. I don't have the map in front of me. Badger Keep. We pay our way. We get on the boat. During the second watch, a bunch of frog dudes jump on and start attacking people. So the people who were up alerted us. Everyone got up. We started fighting frog dudes. One of the crewmates died in the battle, but we managed to, I believe, save everyone else. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we were able to get everyone else. And then one of the frog dudes summoned a giant gator, and that thing grappled and backflipped me like I was a goddamn ragdoll. But it's cool. It's cool. They defeated the big mean frog. Gator turned into, gator soup. And we defeated them. We were successful, and that's where we ended.
Excellent. That is an accurate assessment of what happened last game. Only thing I'll probably note, just to refresh people's minds, is that the gator summoning frog guy jumped off the boat and managed to actually get away. He was the only thing not defeated in that particular battle. One guy did die, that is accurate. The other one you managed to save before he died. So we pick back up here on the Shaker, the boat that you all have hired to transport you up to Badger Keep on your journey to Fort Fowen. Dead of night, everyone's awake. There's a bunch of small dead frog carcasses all over the deck. Some of the tenders are kind of sitting on the deck now, tending to their wounds a little bit. What would you all like to do now?
I
want to go back to bed.
I just did a wisdom check to see if I crack. Or a will save, I guess. I reach into my backpack, I pull out my pillow, press it to my face, scream a blood-curdling scream, and then black out.
Kip falls onto the deck among the guts and viscera of your recent battle, unconscious.
I'm not doing his laundry.
It was during his watch, so he's probably sleepy.
Yeah, I'll drag him to his bed or hammock or whatever he's got.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything of note, or just going back to your watch and sleep schedule?
Before I go back to sleep, I'm going to heal myself 4.
Okay.
With lay on hands.
The golden energy flows out of your hand and into your wounds, knitting them together.
Yeah. I'm only half my HP at this point, but it's still better than where I was.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from anybody?
I'm also going to slap myself a couple of times with my wand of healing.
Okay. All right. So this happened on the second watch of the night. I believe that would leave. Let's see.
Me.
Yeah, I think it leaves Fee and Alara.
No, I was first.
You were first.
I think it's
No,
just
it's
Fee.
just me.
Oh, is it just Fee? That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's only 5 of you now, so I've got to remember it's an odd number out. So
She's
Fee,
taking her watch with the puppy.
Yeah, that's true. Fee does have a constant companion.
It
So,
has low light vision, as do I.
which serves you well. The moon is still out, lighting up the river and the surrounding riverbanks that you can make out at the just the tail end of your vision. Give me a perception check. All right. 12. All right, so Fee, you watch as the boatmen start pulling out some tools and cleaning mops and stuff like that, and they start pushing the carcasses off the side of the boat. Pretty much as everyone starts going under, one of the merchant lords does come out of the captain's area to like look around and get an assessment of what's going on. And you watch as he tells he's looking to one of the boatsmen, having a conversation with him, getting the report, and he looks down at the body of the dead man on the deck, and he's like, toss that off the side of the ship also, we won't be needing that where we're going.
Okay.
Does anybody go to do it?
The man looks at him for a moment, a little hesitant and sort of strangled, before he just kind of looks down, and turns around and reaches down to grab the guy, and clearly about to take him to the side of the ship.
I'm gonna walk over and kind of.
Yes?
Is the merchant captain still out?
Yeah, he's standing there watching people clean up. He looks over at you. Oh, you managed to survive the attack.
Yeah, and I saved your helmsman while I was at it.
Well, we owe you a fine thank you for your work protecting the ship. Your crew did excellent work fulfilling their duties.
That seems like a rather unceremonious body disposal method. Shouldn't you be burying or burning the corpse?
Why go through the effort? We can just toss him to the side and, how they say, let nature take its course. He's done, and there's nothing more to do with him.
I
don't want him stinking up the hold.
How far away from Fort are we?
Probably about 2 more days. If you want to take responsibility of the body, feel free, but I have no reason to waste good coin on having him hauled around and wasting the time of my people.
I mean, putting him in a barrel doesn't waste any of your coin or time, does it?
All my barrels are accounted for and filled with goods. I don't haul empty barrels around.
Can you let me talk to any of your men to see if anyone knows his family? And if so, then my friends and I will take responsibility for watching the body. But can you give me an hour or two before we toss him overboard?
He looks over the body and then back. I suppose you've earned the reward. And then he turns and walks back to the captain's quarters.
Okay. Once he's gone, I'm going to talk to the person that he commanded to throw him overboard, who is kind of looking a little questioningly about it.
Miss, it's not my place to say it, miss, but thank you for not letting him do that.
Do you know who this was? Do you know his family? Do you know where he hails from?
Gregory here, he came like most of us out of the port and Nilar. I don't know where he's from though. He's new to the crew.
How would you prefer his body to be disposed of? I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm not from these lands. My people have their own ways of doing these things. I don't know how man does this.
If if we were at sea, I wouldn't be too upset about putting him to the water, but it's the river. There's land all around us. I can't imagine there's not some place to do something for him. But if he's from Nilar, I would assume that he would want to be buried if he could. I suppose it's up to the Paragons what he'd want to do or not do with himself.
Do you know of his faith? Do you know what Paragon he followed?
No.
I'm
That's
gonna.
not a conversation we got to yet. He just joined yesterday, or
Do you mind if I
today.
check?
Please.
I know nothing about religion. I need my pet. I'm gonna have to wait until Katie wakes up. I think.
I think I have a place where we can stow him for a little while. We'll wrap him up in some saline, and
Okay.
they probably won't notice until it's time to change all the rigging a few months from now.
Oh, well, then that works, as we only need to wait 2 days. Once my paladin is awake, I will have her see if she can discover any signs of faith on him.
Of course, ma'am. And a couple of the other guys come over and help him pick up the man's body, and they take him down below decks. And with that, the rest of your watch continues to pass on without much event. The croaking is still there in the periphery of your vision, but it's no longer as loud, as prevalent as it was once when you all first took off and entered the edging of the Black Forest banks, heading upriver. As your watch comes to a close, the morning lights spilling out over the horizon, and everyone wakes up with the motions of changing shifts and the crewmen getting back into their day.
I'll have stuck around in by Kip's bedside, just make sure he's all right for the evening.
He wakes up like everybody else after his rest.
All right, I'm gonna go down below decks to kind of reconvene with everyone.
All right.
So I need somebody who knows stuff about gods and shit.
Yeah. What's up?
So, one of the heads of the boat wanted to toss the dead man overboard after
Okay.
y'all went back to sleep,
I hope.
and I stopped him.
didn't.
I stopped him.
Thank you.
A couple of the ship hands stowed his body with some of the sail rigging.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that he would want to be buried. He was from Nilar, so I don't think we're going to be able to easily get him back home for burial. However, doing a burial and at least trying to convey with some of the other deckhands who are from the area where he is buried, so that information can go back to his family, would probably be appreciated. But if you could take a look at his body and see if he has any signs of faith on him, so we can at least go through proper channels with whatever paragon he followed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And possibly make a tithe in his name to soothe his journey, would be appreciated.
Absolutely. I go to where the body is.
It's pretty easy to find.
I, pull the rig, the cloth off of it, and I go to search the body.
Give me a perception check, please. If you still haven't combined your skills, it'll be under search.
Yeah.
So you look through his pockets. You find a couple of copper pieces there, exactly 2 copper, in fact. Otherwise, you don't see any obvious markings. He doesn't have like a tattoo of his god symbol. He's not wearing a holy symbol around his neck. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem that he has much on him to speak of what he worshipped or who he worshipped.
That's fair. Fee, I can't find anything I mean, I'm definitely willing to help, like try to identify something, but I'm not very good at, tossing a body. Would you help me, or maybe someone else who is good at that?
I mean, I can look. I can just, like, if I see anything weird, I can just put it off to the side. I'm not going to be able to tell you if it's a thing.
No,
of
that's
faith,
fair.
'cause
If anything stands out, I'm
I
not very good at looking at searching a body.
18.
Yeah.
All right, so you go through the body. You're like, okay, well, pockets are clean. Again, you don't see anything weird on him. Again, he doesn't have a holy symbol. But you take the extra step of actually removing the man's boots and seeing if he might have anything stowed in there. And as you do, a little piece of metal falls out and ding, ding, dinks onto the deck at your feet.
I mean, I take a look at it just out of curiosity.
Sure, as you scoop it up, you can see it's actually a little pendant without any chain to wear around your neck. It's just the actual pendant part. And it appears to be a playing card. It looks like it's a 6 of spades. Katie, give me a knowledge religion check. Reading my mind, perfect. So Katie, you know that playing cards of any variety, whether it's hearts, clubs, whatever, they are generally held by people who worship Menard Pike, one of the reviled paragons.
Okay.
You know the basics about him. He's a god, or a god of luck and chaos, of trickery. He's poor. He's like the poor man trying to get more and more and more through any means necessary. And so you got this little playing card. You know that's probably a holy symbol of Pike.
Yeah. So I explained that to Fee. I mean, he's a deckhand. He was a deckhand. He probably took this as a chance. He's probably the kind of guy who follows Pike because that's a holy symbol of Pike. I think probably one of the best ways to honor him would be to take these copper and gamble them for him at one of the closest gambling dens.
What?
I mean, we can bury his body or burn his body or whatever. I don't know. Do we know if he has any family?
You're muted, Dakota.
No, I don't, but I can talk to some of the deckhands.
Okay.
Most of the deckhands are from Nilar, so maybe people knew people who knew people.
If he has family, what we could do is we could take whatever happens from these 2 copper, and give it to their family. But the best way to honor him would be to gamble this in, his last 2 copper, his last chance, and then any winnings would go to his family.
If he doesn't have a family, I suppose we could always bury him with it.
Or we could keep it.
Or you can put it over his eyes to pay the ferryman. Different things.
It depends.
All right, let me ask around and see if anybody knew. The deckhand I spoke to said that they were fond of burying their dead as opposed to burning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
we
they
also
have
might need the copper to pay for a plot, unless one of us feels like being especially charitable.
I'd be willing to do it.
Oh man, remedial goodness is paying off.
Regardless of his motivations, he fought alongside us. He deserves better than to be picked apart at the bottom of the river.
Exactly.
All right, so Fee, you're asking around for more information about the guy?
Yeah. Somebody want to come with me? Who else
Certainly.
is good at asking questions?
I can help.
All right. So which one of you wants to take lead on asking questions, and who wants to support?
Coda, it's up to you.
I am better at asking political questions as opposed to gathering bits and pieces of knowledge.
Okay. So I walk up to one of the deckhands, like, "Hey, what was the name of the man who died?"
That was Gregory.
Gregory?
Yeah, he just started yesterday.
Did you know him before he started?
No, not really. I mean, I've seen him on the docks time or two, maybe.
What? I mean, if I wanted to maybe find his family or maybe find someone who knew him in Nelar City, where's a good place to look?
Maybe the wharf master, the
Okay.
docks in Nelar.
All right. Thank you.
Do you know if anyone in particular here got him the job on the boat?
Hmm.
Or
Not
if
that I
he
recall.
do you have anybody else here who also started yesterday or started recently?
No. Most of us have known each other for a while on the Shaker. We had a man die on a return trip to Nelar, so we had to, fill his boots to have someone run rope.
All right.
Was it more frogmen like before?
No. I mean, I've seen those creatures before. They've never attacked a boat, but I've seen them on the banks when we go upriver and downriver. But no, the other man, he had some disease. He had this weird rash all the way up his right arm onto his chest, and bosses said that it just took him.
Hmm.
Hey Wade.
Yeah.
If were we able to get a better look at the frogs?
Well, now that it's morning and you're going to take a look, it appears all the frog bodies are gone. They've all been pushed off deck after the fight. None of them were kept around for study.
Okay.
All right. So you all have the rest of the day. You know you're going to be on this boat traveling upriver. Is there anything in particular you all want to do with this time?
I'm going to continue asking around for what people know about Gregory.
Roll gather information for me.
Okay.
And if Fee wants to support you, she can roll also to see if she gives you that +2.
Or
Okay, yeah, so 18 total. So you know his name is Gregory. You do find out that he is from Nelar City. So a couple other deckhands say that they've known him, they've seen him in town before, drinking at the bars. He's clearly established in the town. No one knew that he worshipped Pike, or at least no one's willing to admit that they knew that he worshipped Pike, since Pike, despite his seeming altruism, is still a reviled paragon, and public worship of him is not tolerated in the Imperium. But you do know where he's from, and you have a starting place to go to from there. You find out some of the local hotspots that he liked to go to. Some of the bars that you may be able to go to and ask questions if that's something you want to pursue.
Okay. What were the bars?
Well, one is gonna be
I'm on the spot
the
now.
Crusted Mug.
All right. Anything else?
That's about it. That's what you managed to get. They don't really seem to know much else here.
What was the name of? Did anyone have the name of the dock manager or wharf manager?
Oh, the Wharf Master?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty easy. That would be Wharfmaster Simmons. Everyone
Right.
here knows his name.
Great. Thank you.
Imnos, what are you doing during your day?
I'm going to try and get to the galley and collect as decent a meal as I can put together,
Okay.
and bring that to Kip. He appears to have had some issues. Also, want to pin him down and talk about a couple of things.
Yeah. The galley, not much here as far as succulent food. They have some hardtack. That's pretty much the best that you're gonna get is some hardtack. They pretty much save anything better for people to get elsewhere off the ship. Especially because it seems like they probably only do short journeys. The ship doesn't look like it's made for sea. It's made for the rivers. So they're probably never out for longer than, say, a week at most between going to different places along the river.
Do they have any rum or similar?
Yeah, you easily enough to find some rum. They do have a keg that's out.
I will at the very least get a portion of that.
You get that, and you take it to Kip.
Good morning.
Huh?
It isn't much, unfortunately, but this is what we have. The drink will hopefully calm your nerves a bit.
Thank you. I'm not overly hungry.
Maybe that'll come in time.
Is this what shock feels like?
I would have to say so. How much do you remember?
I don't know how to swim.
You managed decently.
Apparently. I don't know. I've never seen someone die before.
It's quite a thing to take in, certainly. But that's what combat is. How do you feel?
This is why I didn't leave the school.
I understand.
To be honest, I'm not sure how I feel. Hollow, I suppose.
That might change, but I think it's very normal for you to feel a bit numb. Take your time.
Angry, if I'm being honest.
How so?
Well, the big one got away.
He did. But
I want to kill him.
try not to focus too much on him. He might cross our paths again, or he might not. But I expect that a good deal of his ambition died along with his crew. I can't imagine a blow like that is something that doesn't set one back quite a bit.
I'd like to think we hurt him pretty badly.
He was clearly quite hurt.
You get the impression he's probably watching right now?
Honestly, I doubt it. If I were to guess, I would imagine he's afraid. Or at the very least, frustrated by our repelling his attack. According to the crew, they haven't attacked like this before. Might have simply been an overly ambitious attempt, one that he's come to regret. At least I hope so.
So one of the things I read the most in the library, other than school books, you ever heard of mysteries?
Yes, indeed.
In the last 20 years, what they call political thrillers have become very popular in the Imperium. The first thing that pops into mind is one of Richie McGotrocks on the boat engineered this attack for insurance payout.
Can't say I'm familiar with his work.
Well, either that or it was the goblins. Not goblins, sorry, the gnomes. It may have been the gnomes.
No!
Either way, I hope you won't think this cold. But we do have a pressing mission of our own. We have to continue.
Yeah. His body is still on board, yeah?
Yes, we'll be taking it to Badger Keep and presumably finding a lich yard to bury him in or something like that.
Did I overhear that gambling is the way to honor his paragon?
Yes, that was Alara's idea. Seems like a good way to do right by the man.
Well, that might be how I can contribute it in my own little way. I'm actually quite good at deception.
Considering that you've spent our career as students together convincing everyone you're a coward, and then the first chance you got, you dove off a boat to almost certain doom to rescue a relative stranger, I'd say you're pretty good at deception.
I was not in control of my own body for that. I'm fairly certain the spirit of one of the heroes in the books I've read took me over. It seemed like something they would have done. I was frozen and couldn't think of what to do, so I just decided to pretend to be one of them.
Careful, Kip. If you become too practiced at deception, it's entirely possible you'll spend time deceiving yourself. Take your time with your rum and hardtack. I'll be up above.
This is rum?
Mm-hmm.
Kip just empties the glass, just annihilates it.
All right. Akko, what are you up to?
I didn't get much sleep last night, so I am probably just going to rest for most of the day.
Okay.
I briefly considered interrupting that conversation, but I'm not going to do that.
All right. Alara, Emnos, and Fee, give me perception checks. Or Spot if you haven't condensed it yet.
It looks like we all rolled.
All right, let's see. We got 18, 12, and 14. All right. So later on in the day, as you all are up deck, talking to people and gathering information about Gregory and stuff like that, the river that you all are on, it's called the Forked River because up by Badger Keep is where there's a natural fork in the river. And so the entire river chain has been named after this fork because it's so important to the trade and the natural region that it creates all around it. It's a big river. We're talking like close to like Mississippi-sized river that's cutting through the Imperium. But there are natural parts of it where it does narrow and then widen back out. And as you all are traveling, you see where one of these natural sort of, bottlenecks are appearing in front of you. And all three of you can see that set up at one of these points on the side of the bank closest to the Black Forest, there's a man sitting on a stool with a fishing pole out in front of him. And he's fishing off the bank as you all are coasting up the river. You all aren't really going particularly fast because, one, you're going upriver, and two, the winds aren't particularly strong right now, so you're not getting a huge gust just making you go on at like 20 knots or something like that. So you're just kind of gliding along up the river against it. But you can see this guy casting his pole out and fishing. And yeah.
Aren't we in the middle of nowhere?
No, I mean, people can
Sort of
live
in the middle
along
of
the
nowhere.
river.
So something I should note about the map, guys, is that the map shows you larger towns. It doesn't show you like
Yeah.
small hamlets and little places like that, because I couldn't be bothered to populate that. But there are other like smaller towns dotted throughout the countryside and stuff like that. But it does strike you odd that he's on that side of the river.
Is it the Black Forest side?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I go to the edge of the boat and I wave to him and I'm like, "Lolly ho!"
He like looks up at you as he pulls his pole back in. He's like, "Oh, hail travelers! Heading up to the keep?
Yeah. Are you having a good day fishing?
Oh, the bass are jumping. I can't be complaining about that. Hey, could you do me a favor?
What?
When you get up there, could you tell the adventuring people that we need someone to come down here?
What's the matter?
Well, we have a little girl that's gone missing from our village. Tell them it's in Dunbury."
Dunbury.
I wonder if she also went into the forest.
It's
Well,
awful far away from Fort Fowen to be related, but it's definitely
It's the
worth
same
reporting.
forest.
We'll take a look. We'll make sure that someone takes a look at it, and we'll pass on the message.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And then he
It
just
may be-
waves at you guys as you coast right past him and continue up the river.
You're right that it's far away, but it's the same forest.
It's
Certainly. The forest is enormous.
You all,
You'd be
you all are talking
surprised.
about hundreds of miles of distance between where this man is and where
Yep.
Fort Fowen is. There's a huge amount of geographic distance.
Oh, I'm well aware. I also
We-
know it's the same forest, so
Did we establish how large the squares on the map are?
On the map for the
Yeah,
Uh,
just for scale purposes.
no, I don't have a. That's the natural grid that Roll20 puts up there. So
okay.
I blew up the image, so it's not a guide for anything.
but
Okay.
we also know that we're still several days travel by river
Yeah.
away. So even if we like cut through at the nearest point, it's still several days travel.
It's a lot of forest.
Yeah, it's probably at least
You-
a couple weeks through the forest.
should we not stay and search for the girl?
We can't necessarily get off the boat at the moment.
Oh, I disproved that last night.
Yeah, not with that attitude.
Once we get to Badger Keep, we'll see what they have to say. They'll either send
Exactly.
someone out, or
Right.
if they
but
need assistance, maybe they
if
can
she's
send
a
us
missing
out.
girl in the forest, isn't every hour imperative?
I mean, he did ask us to pass on the message when we got to Badger Keep. Who knows? She could have walked away. I do agree that this does sound like something that would need immediate attention, but we also have people in Fort Fowen who have the same thing happening to them.
Well, hopefully they're related and maybe they're in the same place.
Who
birds, one stone.
knows? But when we get to Badger Keep, we might be able to find out information to see if people going missing along the border of the Black Forest is a common thing, and we might want to see if maybe it's all related.
Dunbury, was it?
Dunbury
Yes,
Village.
Dunbury.
I'll look at my raven.
Huh?
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
can you do me a favor?
Huh?
A little girl's
Berries?
gone missing. I will give you berries, yes. A little girl's gone missing. Can you just do a wee bit of flying and see if you can see anything? and then let me know.
Remind me quick here. What's your familiar's intelligence?
Do the stats change if it's a familiar, or is it just?
It does change.
It's a
So
level 1 familiar.
let me pull it up here real fast.
Yeah, it increases by level.
Yep, I got it. I don't know why that immediately took me to gnomes, but cool.
6.
Why?
Pal-
Why the gnomes? Why are
I-
you carrying that over?
I clicked on a link and it just took me there.
No, not you, Johnny.
Because conspiracy theorists are fun.
All right, so you are second level warlock, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Intelligence score is a 6.
Okay.
So it can talk with you, basic words, as I've been miming so far. But you're reasonably sure that finer details are going to escape his ability to either comprehend or to articulate to you.
Okay.
But if you still want him to go, he can absolutely go.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, maybe she'll be wearing something shiny that'll get his attention.
All right. He flaps off of your shoulder and takes off towards back down river.
And I never saw him again.
The rest of your all's journey is going to be quite uneventful all the way up to Badger Keep. So you'll have the remainder of today, the night watch, which will go rather smoothly. No more attacks in the middle of the night for your watches or anything like that. So we're going to fast forward a little bit to your arrival at Badger Keep. As we get close to Badger Keep, just to do a little bit of knowledge here, anyone who has knowledge local, feel free to roll it for me.
Having so many knowledges.
All right, so we got 14 from Akko and 12 from Imnos. All right, so you two, you know that Badger Keep is a relatively large city. It's strategically positioned at the fork in the Forked River. That makes it a natural harboring spot for anyone doing riverboat travel up and down the river or out towards the river to the Sea of Tranquility. This is a major port town. As you all cut around on the river up the fork, you can see Badger Keep. You can see an expansive dock here. It's probably one of the biggest docks you've ever seen, even compared to the sea docks out at the Sea of Tranquility. If anyone's ever visited that region of the world, we are talking large stone buildings, very different from Nelar. A lot of wealth is obviously here, building this town up to display what has come through it. You two also know that by rule of the Imperium, anything that crosses the fork is obligated to stop at Badger Keep for inspection. It's one of the ways that they control the Port Authority and keeping smugglers in check and making sure that no illicit goods are getting past them for how much they're able to find.
Good to know.
So you all cruise on into Badger Keep. The helmsman brings it around and ports right up to the open dock that he's led to. The merchants come out of their cabin, looking around and starting to get people to work. And they look to your group. Well, this will be the end of your journey. I think we're going further upriver from here. You're heading to Fort Fowen. Thank you for your service and seeing to the protection of our goods.
Can one of your men please help me get this body off the ship?
They wave to have a man follow after you to take care of hauling it off to wherever you want to take it.
Okay.
Good luck on the rest of your journey.
And with yours. Hope it is profitable for you. If you ever need any spices, see to our house.
Will do.
All right, you all descend the gangplank onto the dock. The deckhand is with you all, with the body wrapped in some canvassing, slung over his shoulder.
And what do they have here as far as places of worship, and particularly graveyards?
With your earlier knowledge, you're sure that there's probably a temple to the revered paragons in town. It's a large town. There's no way that they don't have a place for at least all three of them. Not with how big it is, so it won't be a more central worship of just one paragon over another. There's way too much foot traffic here for that to pass by easily. So if you tried, I'm sure you could probably suss out where the churches are for each of the paragons, and there may be even more with the diverse people that come through here. You might even find the gods of the chrysanthemum here, or potentially others from other kingdoms.
How do we want to proceed?
Is there a potter's field?
You all will have to ask around about that, so someone give me a gather information check.
Okay.
All right. Grab this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you add 2 to that, so make that a 20?
Absolutely. Is that you're using your
No,
thing?
I have hold on, I'm double checking something. Did I? Yeah, I didn't add my +2 per my merit for that.
Got it. All right. So, Alara, you're sure that there's probably one that's managed by the stewards of Holdman, who worship the Paragon Marcus Holdman in
Yeah.
town. You have a rough idea of where it might be. You've traveled through Badger Keep a couple times to and from your homeland of Voon.
Okay.
So you're sure that you can get everyone there easily enough.
I'm sorry. Can I would have to gather them at the Marcus Holdman.
If you wanted to bury him in basically a cheap place where they're
Okay.
not going to take your money, basically it's a free place to bury people, essentially.
That's fine. That's fine. I was trying to figure out if I was gathering them at this potter's field, or if I was gathering them at the
temple.
the temple.
Yeah, you'd have to take them to the church first.
Great. Thank
for
you.
them to take care of those accommodations.
Okay. So I say we would have to go we'll probably be able to find what we're looking for at the Temple of Marcus Holdman. And what? Sorry. From there we can get him buried at the Potter's Field.
Okay.
All right, so you're making your way to the church?
Yes.
Okay. So you can easily make your way there. It's not hard to move through the town and get simple directions from people, combined with Alara's knowledge of the town from when she's passed through. The church to Holdman is a very simple church. Unlike most of the other buildings in town, it's not a stone building, it is a wooden structure with a lot of open air pergolas stretched out around it, with canvas set onto the sides to create what essentially are open air hospital rooms, for anyone in the town to come to for care and aid. As Holdman is the paragon of healing and taking care of the masses, in times of trouble. Not particularly busy right now. There are no plagues sweeping through Badger Keep, that any of you are aware of, and certainly by the volume of people here, there's nothing going on of that magnitude. You see people coming and going with simple injuries, but you do see a few of the stewards, at the gate to the churchyards as you all approach.
All right.
How can we be of service? Do you need aid?
We are looking to bury a gentleman's body. We were on a boat that was attacked a couple nights back, and instead of the boatmaster's wishes to shove the body overboard, we intervened to try to have this individual buried. Unfortunately, we don't know his family and only know that he's from Nilar, and can only assume that his wishes would have been to be buried. And unfortunately, need to be getting back on our own travels, and figured this would be the best way to at least honor some of his mortal wishes.
Well, I'm sure that any man would want to be put in the dirt rather into the river, so people can pay him respects. We can certainly find a place for him. I'm sad to see that his employers were so callous, but we will make sure he's treated with kindness and respect in his final moments above the ground.
We can give you his name and the circumstances of his demise. Unfortunately,
that.
we can give you a little more.
Anything we can put upon his headstone will be grateful for.
He died defending his crew from attack.
Your cloaks have the cut of adventurers. Are you coming up from Nilar?
Yes.
In point of fact, we were hoping to speak with adventurer representatives at some point. After this is taken care of, could you direct us to where in the city we might find some?
Oh, sure. It's actually really close to the obelisk. And he points off behind your all's backs, and as you all turn to follow his finger, you see this giant raised black obelisk cutting up in the middle of town. It stands higher than any other building in town by at least 2 stories, with a fine tip at the top of it. So right next to there, you're going to find the adventuring building. They conduct all their business for the guild, from there next to the obelisk.
Thank you.
You can't miss it. It's got a giant billboard on the front of it with postings and papers all over the place. It's very, very identifiable. One of the stewards comes forward to the deckhand and takes the body from him, and then walks into the churchyards with him. And the other one just stands there. Is there any other aid we can render you, or any of you heard from your battles?
Is Kip still missing a bunch of his blood?
No.
I do not need anything, but do you have a tithe basket?
Yes. I can show you to it, or I can take it myself if you want to hand it off here.
I just hand him a gold.
Yeah, we'll do the same. Seems polite.
I will do the same.
Yep.
All right, so that's 4 gold pieces. He holds out his hand with the 4 gold in it. He looks down a little wide-eyed. He's like, "This is extremely generous. Can I tell the abbot who gave these donations?"
The adventuring group Baby Worms.
Oh gosh.
I'll give my actual name.
Fee and the Baby Worms.
I'll give my actual name to Alara.
New band name called it.
Fia Larethal.
Fee Larethal, Alara. Thank you very much. This will be a great boon for the church. We appreciate your donations, and may you walk in sanctity and good health. And he holds his hand up, and he turns and walks back into the churchyard.
That is perhaps the best we could have done for him for the moment.
Yes.
Says the deckhand behind you guys.
I also will give the deckhand a gold for helping us.
Holy shit!
Look, I don't carry pocket change, okay?
It's not changed though.
Thank you very much. If you need any more bodies delivered, just you find me. My name is William. I'm on the shaker. If you need me, I will carry bodies anywhere you need them or anything else.
William,
Yes.
I actually do have a favor to ask you.
Just created a grave
You name
robber.
it. You name it, miss.
We need to secure boardage on a ship going to the west of here.
Okay. Heading out to
Can
the
you to the keep just before the sea?
sea. Oh, right. You guys are going to Fort Fowen, right?
Yes.
All right.
Can you please find a boat for us and leave a note with the harbor master or something?
Yeah, I can do that.
With the name of the boat that can take us out west.
Absolutely.
Or the Adventurers Guild. Might
Or
be
the
easier.
Adventurers Guild.
Okay, so I'll send it to both of them. You guys, I'll make sure it goes to both of them for you all.
Thank you, William. Very handy.
Absolutely.
Oi,
Man.
William.
Yeah.
I'll have him another gold and hold it out and make eye contact. This is for the lads that were on the deck that were willing to lay down their lives. A drink on me for all of you.
I'll make sure they get the good stuff.
That's gonna give them liver. That much is gonna give them liver poisoning.
What when they're
Not if
attacked
they
by
buy good stuff.
when they're attacked by giant fucking frogs with pig stickers? You should at least die happy.
Wait, do you need liver poisoning after that?
Thank you, and he takes off down the street
Yes,
before anyone can change their mind.
I'm,
Out of sense motive, do we know that he's actually going to do that, or is he just going to keep it?
Feel free to roll it. You're pretty sure he's probably going to give it to the guys for a good drink. He's been pretty straight with you guys and following along with what you've told him so far. You don't have any reason to suspect that he's all of a sudden going to go against what you want, especially if it means that he might end up getting more gold from you later.
top shelf.
Yeah.
Nice lad. I hope we see him later.
We can start collecting followers for the leadership feat any moment now. This is how it always goes in Wade's games.
Gotta plant the seeds. That's how it works.
All
All right. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, should we get going to the Adventurers Guild
I think that'd be wise.
for the boat's leave?
Wade, is there a pub between the Adventurers Guild and where we are currently standing?
Easily.
I'm going to walk in, get a mug of grog, and walk right back out and start walking to the Adventurers Guild.
How much
Is-
time do we have before the boats leave, Wade?
There's a lot of boats at the dock. I mean, they're coming
Okay.
and going throughout the day. So you don't even know what boat that you're going to be on yet, so you wouldn't know when you would need to be back.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Mark off 2 copper pieces, Kip.
Yep.
You're easily able to get a tankard, but when you start walking to the door, the bartender is like, "Where are you going with that?"
I'll toss another copper for the mug.
He like snatches. He's like, "Ah, fuck it, it's dirty anyway."
Like walk outside like nothing happened, drinking as I'm walking.
All right, so you guys make your way into the heart of Badger Keep. And like the steward said, it's extremely easy to find where the Adventurers Guild is. It is a 1-story building, and it's got a billboard that's probably about 12 feet long, taking up the front face of it, with just papers stacked on paper, pinned up all across the board.
None of which we can read.
Well, I'll go ahead and say it then. I was going to make you guys roll something here, but as you guys do get closer,
Sorry.
seeing the paper, you do notice that the majority of the paper does not have anything written on it.
Interesting.
It's completely blank. There are a few pieces, but out of hundreds, you're probably looking at like maybe 5 things that you can actually read.
A strange way to do business.
Are they worn off? Are they coded? Different languages? Like,
Some of the papers look fresh and new. Some of them look aged and yellowed from rain and wear. But you don't see anything that would ever show that there's ever been ink on any of them that are blank.
roll knowledge to see if we're not sufficient rank in the guild to read those.
Knowledge local.
Natural
Kip.
20.
Yeah, so Kip, you know that, and you guys have been in the Adventuring Academy for years now. You know that your adventuring party is logged and recorded with the Adventuring Guild. There's a file on you guys about each of you that they've accumulated somewhere, your permanent record, as it were. And they don't just give, like, dragons are attacking the countryside to the fresh greenhorns out of the academy. So you know there's got to be some way that they figure out what they're going to show you and what they don't. There's probably a ranking system that they have based on how many adventures you've completed for them and things like that. Renown.
So Kip will make a sound of appreciation and be like, oh, okay, so that's a nifty bit of magic. They're coded, so we can't read them unless we're high enough rank to take the mission to begin with.
Oh, so it keeps you from killing yourself.
Yeah, basically.
Suppose that makes sense.
Fascism.
Kip, how are you doing being so close to that thing? And I point to the obelisk.
Trying to ignore that it exists.
What is it exactly?
That's the obelisk. There's one in every major town in the Imperium. They can detect magic from quite a ways, and I've only seen it once. But if you cast necromancy in range, bad things happen.
Interesting.
You just fidget with the bracelet.
The door to the Adventuring Guild opens up, and a woman pokes her head outside. Did you all need something? I've seen you loitering out here. Are you picking up a job?
Actually, we needed to give some information.
Oh, come inside. And she opens the door wide for you all to come inside.
All right, I follow.
Yeah, you all
Follow.
enter in. It's a rather cozy, open area for you all to come into. They have a few large tables set out. There's a sort of a kiosk desk, almost like if you walked into like a doctor's office, but the waiting room was most of the building. And she walks through a door, closes it, and goes behind the kiosk desk. And she's like, "Okay, what can I help you guys with?"
We were on the river coming from the academy, and we encountered a bloke on the side of the river, and he said to let the folks at the Adventurers Guild know that there's a girl that's gone missing in Dunbury Village in the Black Forest.
Dunbury.
It's down about a day south
Days south of here. Okay.
around the river. I
Did
imagine.
they give you anything else other than a little girl's missing in Dunbury?
Unfortunately not.
We were
No,
passing by
you
on
were-
a boat.
Oh, that might do it. Well, hold on one second. And she turns around and she walks over to a filing cabinet, and opens it up and starts going through parchments inside of it. I have a pretty good list of most of the villages in that area. I'm not seeing anything about a Dunbury. You said it's a day south of here?
Day and a half.
Black
Downriver.
Forest?
Yep.
Hmm.
On the west side of the river too.
Well, yeah, that would be the Black Forest side of the river. Hmm. I mean, it could be like a new logging camp, maybe. I mean, people are always trying to go in there and get stuff, despite the dangers.
How does that end for them?
Well, some are successful. Some hire adventurers to go with them and protect the industriousness of their operation. Some just have good people they've hired.
It certainly
mercenaries
comes
and
with
such.
risks.
Oh yeah, I mean you don't go into the Black Forest because you're looking for a day on the beach. It is a dangerous area. But I'm just not seeing anything about a Dunbury here, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
I mean I can forward it up to our manager here and see what he wants to do with it, but if we don't have any knowledge of where the place is or exactly where it is and anything more to go off of, like who wants to have us go out there, what might have taken this girl, I don't think that we're going to post anything up about it. It's a rumor from a riverbank, and the guild's time isn't free. There's a lot of people who need a lot of help, and we have to prioritize the best we can off what we know.
Okay. Well,
We've done what we said we would do.
yep.
I understand. You all are coming out of Neelar. Did you just graduate?
We're
This is
on
our
our
graduation
graduation
project.
mission.
Oh, those are the best. I just had another group come through here about a week ago. They were off on their graduation quest.
Where were they going?
They were going north. I think they were heading up to Minerva Castle. Something about fish attacks. I didn't really understand it, but those graduation quests never come through the guild offices.
We're headed off to the west, hoping to make it to Fort Fowen.
Okay. I'm sure you could probably, find a way of getting there very easily. Badger Keep, no end of people heading in all sorts of different directions.
Something about this Dunbury situation just doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah. So
I'm
listen.
wondering if that sounds like a fake town.
No, I think it's probably a real town. Just because it's small and we don't know it doesn't mean that it's not real. If the Adventurers Guild doesn't want to do anything about this, and they ask for help, and no one's going to do anything, I think we should go down to Dunbury Village. Now, I'm not saying that everyone has to do this. I'm not going to make this decision for everyone, but I don't feel comfortable having someone ask for help.
Hey, Wade,
Yes.
what season is it?
It is the beginning of summer.
I will. 1 second. The guy said that the bass were jumping, didn't he?
That is correct.
He did.
Are bass in season? Knowledge nature?
I mean, there are bass in the Forked River. It would be easy enough for someone to catch if they were a skilled fisherman.
Okay.
It's not going to be like bass going upstream to, procreate or anything like that.
Well, yeah,
But
but I
it's
mean, I
not.
would assume
It's not
that
immediately
I know
suspicious.
No, it
most
doesn't
fish
sound
have
off to you.
certain... Yeah, okay.
Pardon me. When you convey this message, if the higher ups in the guild don't have any particular notion or no one has heard of it, do you think you could let us know? possibly let us know if there are any relatively local guides we might speak to regarding that area of the Black Forest?
Well, I mean, as far as getting a message to you based on what the manager has to say, I mean, if you stick around in town long enough, maybe till the end of the day or tomorrow morning at the latest, I'm sure we could probably get something to you. As far as people to talk to, I mean, we have a ferry that goes across the river to the Black Forest banks for people who like to travel on that side, or huntsmen and stuff to do what they like to do out there in the forest, hunt things up as it would. I'm sure you might be able to find some information on people who are a little bit more versed in the wood than I am. Fur trappers, meat salesmen. I don't really know. Most of my day is surrounded in paperwork. I don't really know too many people. I have to write too much too often. I don't get out too much.
I think I agree with Alara here. I believe we can afford to wait the rest of the day and see what information we get. What do the rest of you think?
I mean, we did ask for the ship information to be dropped off at the Adventurers Guild, and clearly it hasn't been dropped off yet, so I think we can wait.
How long do we think it is down to Dunbury Village?
Well, it's
a
day and a half down to where the old man shouted at you from. You can't imagine, based on what you all saw of him, you doubt that he was like trekking, tens of miles from his fishing spot. So it's probably somewhere in that vicinity.
How much would it be? How long would it be on horseback? About a day and a half still?
Probably because you wouldn't be on an established road.
Okay.
Getting down there, so you're still going to be in terrain where you want to go relatively slow on a horse so you don't break its leg.
Great.
Where are you all staying in town? I can make sure we have a messenger find you.
Don't believe we've arranged that yet.
That would seem like a logical next step.
Well,
Do you have recommendations?
Yeah, I was about to say, a lot of the adventurers like to stay over at the Tilted Keg.
It's a promising name.
Yeah, it's a very, very good establishment. They don't skimp on their ale. They don't cheap you on their rooms. It's not the cheapest of places to go, but it's also not the most expensive place in town to stay. You might find some of your comrades there also. We have a lot of adventurers pass through. Alumni.
That's not always a good thing.
Probably wouldn't be a bad place to start, though, if we're looking to get more general information.
It's true. We can probably also pick up information about the forest there.
Exactly.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
She goes back to writing in a book that she's got at the desk with her.
Who knows, maybe while we're there you can see how far those coppers can take you, Kip.
Pretty far.
I have a concern. I'll meet y'all at the, what is it, Tilted Keg?
Yep.
I'll meet y'all there shortly. I'm gonna go do a thing.
You want to do this alone, or do you want backup?
I'm just going to the Temple of King Gillespie and making a donation.
Just
I'm
checking.
I'm not doing anything weird.
You phrased that far more ominously than you needed to.
I'm going and giving money to the filthy socialists.
I'm going and being good, goddammit!
I was gonna say, it didn't sound like more remedial goodness.
No one trusts me if I just look. Bye, and I just walk out.
I think she's gonna go murder someone.
All right, so Alara is taking off. Are the rest of you heading off towards the Tilted Keg?
I am.
Yeah.
I could definitely use a drink.
Okay. So Alara,
Yes.
Again, you've traveled through this town before a few times. It's not hard for people to give you directions either if you get a little turn at different places to find the Church of Gillespie.
Mm-hmm.
And a thing to note, I know I've told it to you before, but for everybody else who's watching and listening and everything else, Duquesne Gillespie's congregation isn't like a traditional temple. It's not a church. It's not a churchyard. It's not a cathedral or anything like that. The followers of Gillespie operate out of houses and homes. So they are very common people who don't put their wealth into extravagance or saying, here we are, here's what we're doing. Their wealth goes into the causes that they take up. And so the main church of Gillespie is operated out of a flop house that you're aware of. And you see tons of people there, people coming and going. The front of this place is almost like the Adventuring Academy on the south side of town. Instead of a big board, though, with a bunch of post-it notes all over it, the entire face of this 3-story tall building is covered in posters and varying size, 3 feet, 1 foot, little note cards that have just been tacked up here on this building. All of them preaching about something they care about: equal rights, keep nobility from sucking up all the wealth in town, decrying various causes that the people of the church are concerned about. And you see a few people coming and going out the door as you approach. There's one guy, though, standing next to the front door. Large man, looks very similar actually to Akko. However, instead of being more diminutive in his stature, this is a big guy. He's got rippling muscles. He's wearing leathers crossed over his body. He's got a black bandana pulled around his head as he has these glittery red scales all across his body. And these big claws that he's holding his biceps with as he's just standing in front of this door, like looking at everyone passing by, and just keeping an eye on things.
Okay. I walk up to him. I say, "Hail, friend. Um,
What's your business?"
am looking to make a donation to the cause."
He like looks you up and down. Guilty
I am
conscience.
I am wearing my holy symbol like out.
Yeah, he like looks you up and he's like, guilty conscience?
No.
You don't look like you belong here.
I
haven't
wasn't
seen you
aware.
here before.
That's because this is. I don't come to Badger Keep often. I hail from Nelar City. And also, I wasn't aware that there was a uniform that one had to wear or a look that one had to have to follow Duquesne Gillespie. But
Well,
I'll double check my pamphlet next time.
smart ass. If you're looking to give money, you can give it to me.
All right, and I hand him 3 gold.
Takes it, looks at it. This much? You just walk around with this much in the street?
This is what I can give at the moment. I haven't left Nelar City in a long time, and I haven't left school in a while.
You go to that
Let's call it-
academy?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, I'll make sure it gets to the speaker.
Good. Thank you. I hope you have a pleasant evening.
He just snorts and steam comes out of his nose.
Are there like pamphlets on the wall? Like,
yeah, there's
that
tons
people
of
can
them.
take?
Yeah.
All right.
There's like a stack of like 20 all spiked into the side of the house at various places for different things that people are concerned about.
Great. I offer him a polite smile, and I just turn and look at the pamphlets and pick off a few that I find interesting or compelling.
You really care about the cause?
Of course I do.
So I don't mean to judge you so harsh. I get a lot of people who come down here trying to cause disruptions.
I think that followers of Duquesne Gillespie should be causing disruptions.
Not in the good way. Trying to kick
That's
people
fair.
out of the house, haul people off to jail for things they made up, set fire to the place.
I believe that laws should not be made by those that do not have to uphold them, and laws should be challenged by those who are forced to uphold that which they did not get a say in.
Yeah, that sounds like something the speaker would say.
I'll take that as a compliment.
If
What's
you
your
want to
name?
go in, you can go in. I'm not going to stop you.
As much as I would enjoy that, at the moment, I have some people waiting on me. And she shuffles and she looks at her feet and she looks at the pamphlets in front of her, and there's a moment where it looks like she wants to say something and she doesn't. She's like, I have other places to be right now.
Looking at the pamphlet that's directly in front of you, this one's talking about cleaning up the sewers and not letting the filth spread throughout the low portion of the city and cause disease, and how the wealth should be used there rather than going to gentrify different areas of the town. That's the one that you're looking at right now.
I pull it off the board. I pull just several of them if you want to tell me like various ones.
Yeah, I mean, one is your classic get rid of nobility. It serves no purpose but to put the common man down. There's another one that's talking about the price of grains, and how the common people are getting these fecal infested granaries for their food, while the good safe grains are being kept for nobility. Those are the three that are out right now.
Thank you. I take one of each.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do anything about any of that stuff, but hopefully someone cleans up those sewers soon.
Has a lot been going on in the sewers lately?
They keep saying that their enchantments or whatever the hell they have down there aren't working, and all that backflow goes out into the river, and then that goes into our drinking water that we have here that's not filtered. And that's what we're trying to get, is like getting some extra filtering on our water that we drink, because all the water that goes to the midtown or uptown, that's all going through these magical filters that they have, but we don't get any of that. That's bullshit.
That is indeed bullshit. I'll keep an eye out. Thanks for letting me know. I have one thing I would like y'all to maybe consider. Did you know that the Adventurers Guild doesn't listen to the plight of those who do not have money?
Not fucking surprising. Everything they do, they want people to do. They pay adventurers like you to go and do. And so if there's no money coming in, they're not going to have, money going out. It's a fucking business. It's corporations like them and the merchant guilds and the merchant lords that are trying to keep us down and not protecting us from the dark things that are out there trying to kill people.
Right. But my concern right now is that there are people who go missing. There are people who are hurt. There are people who need help. Where are they getting that help?
Right here. Honey, you're preaching to the congregation. When people can't get adventure and aid help, they come to Gillespie and they send people like me out to try and do something. If I can crack enough knees to find somebody that might be lost. We got a ton of lost kids all over the place.
Have you been finding more people going missing lately?
No more than usual. People are always, going somewhere, maybe sometimes they just move to a different town looking for a better life. It's hard living in the city for a lot of people.
That's fair. Do you know anything about Dunbury Village?
Dunbury. I don't
It's a
think I
bit to
ever
the
heard
south. All right. Well,
No.
I appreciate it. You have a good day.
Power to you.
Power to you. And turn, and I make my way to the tilted keg.
Okay. Everybody else, you all make your way to the Tilted Keg. It's actually only a few blocks away from the Adventuring Guild. It's a simple 2-story tall tavern inn. You all enter in. You see an elven man behind the bar serving drinks. Relatively low turnout. It's only midday right now, so people are working and other things like that, you would assume. But do you see a few people sitting around the tables, commiserating? You know, see a variety of different races here represented.
Do you boys want to collect information and I'll go get us rooms?
Certainly.
You do that.
I walk up to the elf, the barkeeper.
Oh, hello, ma'am. How can I assist you today?
Good afternoon, sir. I am looking for an evening's boarding for myself and my compatriots. How many do your rooms sleep?
Well, we have a couple of bunkhouses that'll sleep up to 10. And then our regular rooms, 2 people to, 1 bed. 2 people could fit upon it. We do have a couple of individual rooms with 2 twin beds, if needed. Some of them are taken, though. We might not have enough. How many are in your party?
There are 5 of us.
5. Well, maybe a bit much for the bunkhouse, but it's our cheapest room. It's come and go, so you wouldn't be having it only to your own party unless you paid for the whole room. Otherwise, we could set you up with, I think you would need 3 rooms. I think I have two rooms with 2 beds and 1 room with 1 bed that are available.
And how much are those?
The individual rooms or the bunkhouse?
The individual rooms.
You're looking at 1 silver for each of the 2 beds, and then 2 silver for the individual bed. So 4 silver in all for the night's stay for the 3 rooms.
I will. I'll cover that. Are meals included?
Yes, breakfast is included.
Excellent. Then we will take the 3 rooms.
He holds his hand out.
I'll give him 5 silver.
Thank you very much, ma'am. As he flips up one of the silvers and it falls into his breast pocket, and then the other one he puts down below the counter.
All right, boys, we got rooms for the night.
Drinks?
Perfect.
Please.
Red wine?
Absolutely. Dry or sweet?
Dry.
The driest of the bone I will have for you.
A whole
Cider?
bottle.
A whole bottle. 5
Do you have
silver
cider?
pieces.
Hand of the 5 silver.
Yes, we do have cider. Apple and pear.
I'll take a pear cider.
That'll be 5 copper.
Done.
I think tea, please.
Tea? 2 copper. Gray, green, chamomile.
Green.
He hands it. He starts prepping it.
Ale?
Ale, 1 copper.
I'll toss it over, and I'm also looking for people gambling, preferably liar's dice.
You see some people playing some cards in one of the corner, but it doesn't look there's any dice games going on right now.
I'll join the card game,
Okay.
if they'll allow me.
Yeah, there's a couple of free seats. They're more than welcome.
Look for anyone who looks outdoorsy in their disposition, like folks who wear furs, folks who wear bows, etc.
Okay. Give me a
Just
perception
kind of people
check.
who have the look.
Yeah. 23. Nice. All right. So you do see one man who is sitting at a chair next to the fireplace. There's no fire going on right now. There's a little table that's set up in front of him with an ale. As he's sitting there, he's reading a book. He has a long bow that's set up against the mantle of the fireplace within easy reach of him.
Right. Head over in that direction.
I'm gonna follow and tag along.
Do they have a kitchen?
We do have a kitchen, sir.
Salmon?
We only have bass today. We might
That
have
works.
salmon tonight when the fresh catch comes in.
Okay, I'll have some bass for now. And then after I order it, I'm gonna go. I'll play cards as well.
Okay. All right. So Imnos and Fee, you approach the man sitting next to the fireplace. There's no one else really sitting around him, so he does like look up from his book as you all approach, walking towards him.
Pardon
Can I
me.
help you?
Quite possibly. I'll point towards his ale mug. May I get you another?
I'm good right now. How can I be of service?
You seem like the sort of fellow who might know something about the Black Forest, unless I miss my guess.
I hunt game there from time to time. Take a contract or two that may set me out that way.
May we join you? We have a few questions.
He waves his hands to a couple of seats.
Thank you. My name is Imnos. Pleasure to meet you.
He looks over. And you, ma'am?
I am Fee, and this is Luna. And I just pat my wolf's head.
Fine companion. My name is Gormon.
Well,
What's your business with the forest?
there's a village by the name of Dunbury. Have you heard of it or passed through it?
I've heard of Dunbury before. It's a day and a half, 2 days to the south.
Yes, indeed. There, we were coming upriver, and there was a fisherman on the bank. Told us that there was a little girl who had gone missing. Wanted us to pass that information to the Adventurers Guild. We spoke with the clerk, and she wasn't aware of the village in particular, but I was hoping you might give us at least some information on it if you'd passed through.
Not surprising that the guild hasn't caught up to it. It only sprung up probably about 6-7 months ago.
Can you tell us anything about the village itself?
A bunch of people from out west who were looking to make a life of their own. Didn't really like any of the villages they came across along the way and wanted to make something that was just theirs. Black Forest is a good place to do it for people who can take care of themselves. They had some
Are
strong
y-
backed men. And that witch.
Which?
Medicine woman, witch. They called her their witch. No, the elder. I didn't see her
So-
do any magics, but anyone
But
can
a
do
wise
them.
woman for their village. Interesting.
She didn't speak for them, but they deferred to her.
I see.
Are you aware of any increases of people going missing in the Black Forest recently? I mean, obviously, people always go missing in the woods.
Right. Nothing abnormal. There's always people coming and going.
Mm.
I haven't had a contract out there in 2-3 months.
I see.
Mostly mine are all about big game hunting.
Hmm. If we were to travel there, are there any particular hazards we should watch out for along the road? Any noteworthy spider colonies or...
You're only going to find those more into the forest. They don't really hang out near the banks. Imperium has a pretty strict rule along the bank side that if they see any nesting grounds, they burn chunk of the forest. So the spiders seem to have caught on over the years. I mean, you may run into a Moggle or two along the way, but that's about it.
Anything between here and Fort Fowen we should be aware of if we're traveling the river?
If you're traveling the river, nothing that I've heard of, but I don't really keep my ear to the ground about what's happening out along the riverways.
Well, that's fair. I just wasn't sure how treacherous the northern parts of the northern reaches of the Black Forest were.
I'd say equally as any other part of it. It's only when you start getting deep into the wood that it starts to become truly dangerous.
Fair.
Actually, I have a piece of, I suppose, more professional advice to ask then. If we were to travel to Dunbury, and then afterwards choose to go to Fort Fowen, do you think would be best served to return north and take the river, or is there a better route you'd suggest?
That would entirely depend upon your capabilities. Are you all tested adventurers?
We're still students at the academy.
Then I would say that your better luck would be to take the river versus trying to cut through the heart of the forest. You're going to encounter spider colonies, perhaps some of the rebels if you stumble across one of their camps or their trips and traps, and the other things that lurk in the wood. There's some things that you don't want to go near out there, that I don't want to go near out there.
I would rather not run into the crazier version of my people, if given a choice.
That's fair. The renegades of the court are not enemies that you want to just make haphazardly. And even you being one of the people, they wouldn't take much concern. Perhaps a little bit more concern than they would if, say, your friend here points to Emnos came through their land. But
oh, they might kill me swiftly instead of torturing me for days.
Possibly.
Either way, best avoided, it seems.
Unless you know how to navigate through the wood. Know where they like to be and where they don't like to be.
I wish I did.
Do you happen to... Are you on a job imminently, out of curiosity?
No. Like I said, I haven't had a contract out in the wood for a couple of months now, and I go out there every now and then for hunting and keep my skills sharp.
Kind of look over to Fee for a moment. If we were to, say, want to hire you as a guide, is that something you'd be willing to consider?
It would depend on where you want me to guide you to. If you just wanted me to take you to Dunbury and back, I would think we could work out a deal on that. If you wanted me to take you to Dunbury and then to Fowen, you would need some serious coinage.
Why don't we start with considering Dunbury? Do you have an approximate idea of what you would require for such?
Day and a half there, day and a half back. 25 gold pieces for my knowledge and protection.
Are you going to be here for at least the next few hours?
Oh yes, I don't see myself leaving before I have several more drinks into the night.
And if you don't mind particularly, I think I'd like to discuss this. We'd like to discuss this with our companions.
Of course. You are our fresh green hordes out of the academy. I certainly, as an alumni, can't think that you would make it on your own. Unless you're one of those companies, and it may not last that long. Take it from experience.
Well, we appreciate the benefit of your experience. Thank you for speaking with us.
Of course. He grabs his ale, he takes a swig of it. Is there anything else I can I can help you with?
Not especially at this moment.
Enjoy your book.
Kip and Akko, you all are at the card table. There are 3 other guys playing cards right now. Let's see. So, for doing the card game, are you all just trying to play straight? Are you all trying to cheat a little bit? How are you trying to play this?
I'm straight bluffing.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So both of you give me bluff checks.
Actually, kind of good at that. Oh.
Okay. So Kip, give me an intelligence check with a +2 onto it. Akko, just give me an intelligence check.
That'd be a 18.
Okay. Kip, I assume that you're playing with the 2 copper.
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to turn that 2 copper into a silver piece. Akko, you end up losing 5 copper at the table.
Fair.
They're not playing for high stakes at this table. It's just a friendly game.
I'll kind of give Akko a look. And then kind of questioning eyebrows. You know what? I'm just going to roll a bluff check to convey.
You're going to
Yeah,
need to
maybe.
roll sense motive to catch on to his meaning, Akko.
That he can
Okay.
get a little conversive with them.
You kind of get what he's throwing down. Like he's kind of like nodding towards them when they look down at their cards. You like look at him and he like moves his lips a little bit. You're like, okay, he wants me to talk.
I'm gonna play in sandbag Wade. Like I don't want to wipe these guys out, but continue to hopefully collect small profits.
Well, that silver that you earn, that's going to be over the course of several hands.
Oh, gotcha.
So you guys are going to be playing for probably about an hour or so, earning that.
Yeah, I don't want to wipe these guys out.
Yeah.
So we know that most of the people in here. Do we know that most of the people in here are probably going to be adventurers, or do we have any idea who the people we're playing with? Like, get a sense of what they are.
Yeah, so there are some people in the tavern that look like they're clearly adventurers, like the weapons that they're carrying. But only one of the guys at this table looks like he's somebody who goes out and fights a lot. The other 2 look like handymen almost. You can see the calluses on their hands. You can see the dirt on their cheeks. Like they're clearly laborers who don't really go out and put their life at risk for coin.
Okay, so the one who looks like he maybe gets out of town. So friend, what brings you to the city?
Oh, me and my party were out on our way towards the Twin Lakes. We got a contract out that way.
Interesting.
How about you?
Our party's actually on our way to Fort Fowen. We've got a contract as well.
Nice. He like looks.
What's,
he's like squinting at his cards.
Also squint at my cards, but then I'm not really looking at them because I'm not doing very well. What's your party's name?
We haven't really gotten one yet. We only got together in the last year. I don't know. We've like sprung a few different things out, but nothing's really stuck just yet.
Yeah, I understand that. We're sort of test driving baby worms right now, but I don't think they're really feeling it. I like it, but
he like, almost like drops his cards for a second. And he's like looks at you with his. He's like, baby worms.
Yeah,
like night
dragons.
crawlers.
No, like dragons. So we're fierce, but we're small.
Your friend here doesn't look that small. He points to Kip. I mean, he's
He's
a
small on
little
the inside.
scrawny, but
He's very, very small on the inside. Absolutely tiny, just minuscule.
You're not wrong.
All right. I mean, I can see where you get the worm from yourself. You got them scales like the dragon people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell to think about. I'm gonna be honest with you, pal. I wouldn't be that intimidated or inspired by that name myself. But if it works for y'all, it works.
I mean, the headmaster seemed to think it was pretty good, so
That guy is batshit crazy.
he's certainly something.
I don't know how they let him still run that place.
It probably has something to do with having a lot of magic.
Well, I can't do any magic, so I don't really know what to say about that. But I don't know if I'd let a crazy person be in charge of teaching a bunch of people to go out and do what we do. Like, Professor Argon he's my favorite. I love that guy.
Do we know what he teaches?
Yeah, you know Argon is one of the martial teachers at the school. So he teaches people basic battle combatant tactics and stuff like that.
Oh, so if I might have had one of his classes or something.
At least a rudimentary class of his, at the bare minimum. They wouldn't have let you get through the academy without taking something.
That sidestepped what I was thinking.
So what kind of jobs have y'all done so far?
We're actually on our final exam at the moment.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got baby worms. Oh, I get it
Exactly.
now. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I get where you're going with. I like that now. You're not going to inspire anything in anybody with that name, but I do like that name.
Right. We can evolve it later though. We'll move along. We can be the wormlings, and then we can just go from there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could be like the dragons when you get like really good if you live that long.
See,
I mean,
that's what I'm aiming for.
I think there's a group already called that, but they'll probably die by then.
Most likely. Oh, I was gonna. The him being absolutely batshit insane. I mean, that makes perfect sense because you have to be a little crazy to do what we do, don't you?
I guess you have to be a little bit crazy to do what we do. I guess it's fair. Not
No risk, no reward.
Yeah, I mean, we go into bad places and we do things. I mean, you gotta have at least a little bit of crazy in you. That's fair. I can't imagine like regular people doing this. And like the two guys that are playing with you all are like looking up from their cards every now and then at you guys. But they don't say anything. They just kind of do their bets.
So I look at my cards, and I mean I know I'm not playing well, but I'll double down and drop down some more copper.
He like meets your bet. So where are you guys going? What are you going to be doing for your final?
Can I do a bluff back to Kip and
Sure.
see if he thinks that's a good idea to tell him?
Yeah, Kip, roll sense motive.
And I roll bluff.
Yep. Kip, you with us?
Yeah, I think it rolled privately. I got a 19.
Yeah, so you get he's like looking at you for like, you think it's a good idea to talk to this guy about the details?
I'll kind of give a use your best judgment shrug.
That was not the right answer. We're headed to, what did I say? I already told him we're going to Fort Fowen.
Yeah.
We're going down there to, I don't know, I guess look for missing people or something like that. Is something along those lines. I don't.
That's
I'm just
fair.
along for the ride, really.
I mean, all the finals are a little bit different. They don't send everyone to like the same job.
Right.
So like mine, we had to go fight these bird people that took some hostage. I never saw the hostage because the hostage died. but the bird person didn't blow up the building they were in, so we passed.
I mean, avoiding property damage is always a good outcome.
Yeah, I mean that's why they take 10% of all of our earnings, right? So they can pay for when we blow shit up or kill somebody that shouldn't be killed. It like goes to their family or builds back the place that got destroyed or things like that.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to be liable for that.
That's what the guild's all for. They take on all that. So it's a pretty sweet gig. You can pretty much destroy wherever you want within reason. Though I did hear about this crew out near the Mistlands in the south. They apparently like blew a tower off of a castle when they were just going there to investigate fraud. But they got into some big fucking like magical battle with the wizard that was there, blew this tower up, and all the stone kind of like fell on the town and like crushed a bunch of houses and killed a lot of people. And Academy wasn't particularly happy about that. Or I should say the guild wasn't particularly happy. I mean, Quarters heads up all of it, whether it's the guild or the academy.
I bet that was an experience, though.
I mean, that sounds... to Cooper to my heart, I feel bad that those people died and all that, but that sounds badass. Like, that sounds like a badass fight that I would want to be a part of. Like, fire going everywhere, explosions. Like, that's the shit that I signed up for.
Yes, right?
You get it.
I absolutely get it. Fighting monsters, killing bandits, eating random things.
It is getting increasingly more green.
Yep. You get to travel all over the world. It's awesome. It's like the best thing in the world.
That's what we're here for.
Hey, have you heard of a place called Dunbury on the river?
Dunbury. South, north, west.
South.
About a day and a half south on the river.
Doesn't sound familiar. But I don't think I've ever walked along the river. Usually it's always taking the boats up and down.
Yeah, that's where we ran into someone who said Dunbury had a missing person, perhaps.
Well, is it one of the missing people you're looking for?
Potentially unrelated.
Yeah, not that we're aware of.
I'm gonna pay attention to the other card players and see if they react to that at all.
Alora, this is about when you enter into the place.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I've never heard of Dunbury. Sorry, I can't help you.
No one has.
I bet it doesn't exist.
Maybe one of those like one of those phantom towns. Maybe it's like a town full of ghosts or something. I heard about a crew that fought these ghost pirates, or were they pirate something ghosts and pirates involved out in the sea, and like the whole thing was just not real. Like they figured out that it was just like not even really ghost pirates, that it was just some big illusion.
How were they on the boat then?
I don't know magic. I don't fucking get it.
Knowledge Arcana?
Roll it.
Come on, big numbers.
You would think that if it was a sufficiently masterful illusion, that the people might not have even left the land. That they would have been trapped in an illusion, thinking that they went out to water. That might be what happened. Like, instead of actually being like on like an illusion and standing on in the water, maybe they didn't even get out there. Maybe it was all in their minds.
Some genjutsu shit.
Ah, fuck, I lost this. God damn it. All right. Y'all clean me out. I don't have any more. I should probably get going. But good to meet you, baby worms.
And good luck on picking your own name.
He like waves, stands up, and takes off.
So I walk in. I look at everyone. It's like, all right, everyone seems pretty settled. I go to the bar.
Hello, miss. How can I help you?
Hello, could I have a glass of mead and what do you have as the special for today?
Oh,
For-
that would be cauliflower steak.
Then I'll have some cauliflower steak.
That'll be 5 copper pieces.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'll have it brought out to you.
Sounds delightful. And I just sit down and wait.
I imagine Fee and I are at a table.
Yeah, you guys all congregate
Yeah,
back
I'll
together.
sit down with them.
How did it go?
It went fine.
I'm gonna go get Kip and Echo because we need to talk about our reading friend.
Hmm.
Hey Wade, what was the name of the book that he was reading?
You didn't see the cover of it,
Damn.
and the writing was
Okay.
kind of small. You didn't really get a chance to like look over his shoulder or anything.
All right. Hey, Kip and Echo, you should come over here when you're done.
Actually, I think we probably. Kip has
Yeah, I'm
probably
done
cleared
losing
these
money
people
to
out.
these guys, says one of the others.
I'll thank the other 2 players and buy them each a drink before I leave the table.
Thank you, sir.
I just get up and leave.
So we found out about this Dunbury place. It is actually a place. It's a new town. Within the last 6 to 8 months. It sounds like it's basically a settler's village. How much do we want this to derail us from where we're actually going?
That is the question, isn't it?
I mean, no one's gonna help them.
How much of a priority is it? No one's going to help the other people either.
People know about that, and we can still go there. They're expecting us to go there. We've been able to save some time by taking the river instead of going by land. We can probably go down to Dunbury, help them, and get to Fort Fowen with as much time as it would have taken if we had gone to directly to Fort Fowen via land.
All right.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like we've made pretty good time.
Do we want a guide?
To
Dunbury.
Dunbury?
We found someone who's been there before. He doesn't come cheap, but he would be willing to lead us there.
He's also, from what we could tell, at least somewhat experienced as an adventurer and a hunter, possibly a ranger, since he mentioned navigation through the forest.
I mean, absolutely. More help is always useful. But it's not solely my decision. It would have to be everyone's.
It would be about 5 gold from each of us to pay his fee.
I can do that. I mean, that's very hefty.
I mean,
I can do it, but
if he's an experienced adventurer for 3 days' time, 25 gold is not unheard of.
But he would just be leading us there, or would he be assisting?
I mean, my guess
Well-
is he would be leading us there, but he would also help if we get attacked on the road.
I have
Okay.
a feeling that following him would be the quickest way to go if time is a concern.
Also, that
Absolutely.
is coincidentally about how much we were given for supplies anyway, so
That's a good point.
it's not like we're really spending our own money.
That's true.
If we're really expecting trouble, the the lads at the table also an adventuring party. Not heading in the same direction, but they might be willing to take on an extra contract.
Well, we don't know if this is. They obviously haven't placed a contract with the Adventurers Guild, so they would have to be doing this freelance. We don't know what the reward would be, if there even is a reward for helping out the people in Dunbury. I can assume that maybe there was a reward because they asked us to tell the Adventurers Guild, but I can't make assumptions. We may be doing this for free and maybe out.
That's fine by me. And there's still the possibility that this all might be related to our contract.
It's also possible, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of us can probably handle whatever we find down there. But just in case, having our guide with us, potentially as a backup, even if he charges more in such an instance, that I imagine would be enough insurance.
I think several of us watching the guide might be able to learn some things as well, so it may be beneficial for educational sake.
It's a field trip.
It occurs to me this all might be part of the test. The headmaster's too clever for his own damn good.
The headmaster also said that we weren't on a time limit.
But do you think he's orchestrating events?
I definitely think he's watching. Or someone is.
I think it would be prudent for us to go and check this out. We'll spend the money, we'll take the time, we'll do this. If the headmaster's watching, well, I don't want to think about that. If he is not watching, I still don't want to think about that. That just seems like a whole other layer of this whole situation that is more concerning when spoken out loud.
I'm of two minds about this. From the guild perspective, we're outright failing by considering this. The guild functions on money, and we have no idea if there's money in this. There very well might not be. So they might consider that a fail. On the end that we're doing the right thing, that's a clear pass.
Well,
if that's truly
Sorry.
I was going to say, if that is truly guild policy, if by acting with compassion we fail their test, then they're not an organization I have much interest in being a member of anyway.
I don't think acting with compassion is against the guild rules. I think poaching and freelancing is probably against the guild rules. And as far as I know, we are doing neither.
I can tell you from what I have learned in my many, many, many years in remedial goodliness, doing the right thing will always pay out in some way. Even if we're not getting money out of this, we're still getting experience. And the stronger we are, the more we're able to do for the guild.
That which doesn't kill you, blah de blah.
I honestly, I think we could talk ourselves into circles about this if we keep going. So I vote yes. He asked for our help. A little girl is missing. I know how I would feel in that situation. I can't say no to this.
I agree, but I mean, obviously, this is I have to do this. However, the one thing that concerns me is that guy was very chipper, just sitting there fishing with his bass.
Perhaps there's more to the story, but we'll have to go there to learn it.
So we will have to.
Suspicious.
He was not overly concerned.
He's also not related to the girl, and it wasn't any of his business, and he's just trying to do his everyday. Quite honestly, if I was just trying to get food and it wasn't my own family, I wouldn't give 2 fucks.
That's fine, and I understand that. My suggestion in this situation is that we would have to be cautiously curious when entering this village.
It's good advice anytime.
Agreed. So let's take the man up on his offer. Sleep. The sooner daylight comes, the sooner we can get on the road and hopefully get there in time to make a difference for this little girl.
Perfect.
You hear the book snap closed over at the fireplace as the man stands up. He like scoops up his tankard and he walks to the bar.
Why do I feel like he was listening to this whole conversation?
I'll hand over 5 gold to Fee.
Yep. All right, everybody in.
I'll hand mine over as well.
I'll hand mine over.
Hand mine
Right.
over and join you if we up at the bar.
Yep. I'll take out my own 5 gold. Put it down on the bar in front of him and slide it over. Sir, it looks like we're all in consensus. If you're willing to leave with us in the morning to head
Dunbury and
to
back.
Dunbury, yes.
I'd be
Dunbury
happy
and
to guide
back.
you.
It's appreciated.
He scoops the gold off the bar and into his pouch. In the morning, you said you don't want to go today, or head out today, I should say.
How late is it, Wade?
Early afternoon.
And it's a day and a half. I mean,
I wouldn't mind leaving earlier.
I'm
Actually, I
fine
mean,
with.
if we get a half day travel in before we make camp.
That works for me.
You already paid for our lodging, though, didn't you?
I might be able to put it on reserve for when we get back. If they're used to working with adventurers, they might be able to take it as a reservation.
The bartender who's standing right there, he's like, I'll be happy to keep you on the book, and you can cash in your rooms if they're available. I may have to downgrade you if I have to.
That's fine.
Still, we'll definitely want a place to rest after we're done with whatever this is.
Can I get my bass to go?
Absolutely, sir. I'll have it put
Thank
in a to-go for you.
Is there anyone in town that specializes in tinctures and potions and the like? It might not be a bad idea considering how banged up we got on the boat to have a wee bit of healing backup.
Hi, there's a man, probably about 3 streets down from here. He runs a little shop with potions and salves and such.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Is Kip hurt?
It's called the Frothing Pot.
I think yes. I don't remember.
You're healed up.
Okay. I mean, either that or we grab a wand. I mean, a wand's a long-term investment, but they're pricey as fuck.
Actually, I already got one.
Well, then that's that. Talk to your gent.
Yeah. We're ready to go if you are, sir.
Excellent.
Can I have your name so I don't keep calling you sir?
Garmond.
Carmond, thank you. I'm
Master-
not opposed to calling you sir, but
Master Garmond, forgive me for being
Just Garmond.
Crude. Garmond, forgive me for being crude, but it bears asking, are we paying just for your guidance or are we paying for your support in whatever should occur?
As I told your companion, I'll take you to Dunbury. I'll show you the safest way there. If any trouble comes along the pathway there, I'll be happy to lend my bow for our mutual protection. But as far as joining into anything big in Dunbury,
That's a separate contract.
I'd probably only be willing to help defend the town if there's something big going on. I'm not looking to go any further into the wood unless there's
That's
reason
not-
for me to.
That's not nothing, to be completely honest.
Hey, Wade?
Yeah?
Actually, sorry for interrupting you, Wonder.
You're good. Go ahead.
Oh, just quick detect evil.
No one glows evil within your sensory range.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm going to detect magic on this guy. If he's an adventurer, he'll be stacked.
His cloak is magical.
Okay.
You
does
also sense something below the bar top that's magical.
Add your shotgun.
Does your fee include guidance back?
Yes, Dunbury and back.
Excellent. Yeah, let's be on.
As I told your friend, if you're looking to go to Fort Fowen from Dunbury, I'll entertain negotiations on it, but it's not going to be as cheap as what I'm charging here.
Understood. Let's be on our way then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. He taps his
Perfect.
bow twice on the floor. Well, let's be off then. We'll have to catch the ferry.
Excellent.
Baby worms to
I'm
adventure.
I'm gonna sense motive on him.
Okay,
I just want to know if I get a vibe.
go ahead. So you don't feel like he's giving off any red flags to you, like suspicious indicators. He's clearly reserved. He clearly doesn't want to go to Fowen from Dunbury. But every man has a price. But other than that, you're not really picking up anything off of him that's off-putting.
So I'm getting a more of a survivor vibe from him. He's a solo adventurer that's made it this long.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable assumption based on what you've encountered so far.
All right.
Well, with that, guys, we're going to take a small break. We've been going about 2 hours strong here so far, so bathroom,
Excellent.
food, and we'll be right back.
Sounds great.
All right.
Awesome.
And
I'm all
we are back, folks. All right. So Gramon, he's going to lead you all out of the Tilted Keg, through town, back towards the docks, and over to a ferry that has basically just goes across the Forked River into the banks of the Black Forest. You guys wait around for probably about half an hour as a couple other people filter over or going across also before the ferry takes off across the riverway. It's a relatively mid-sized ferry. It's not like your classic like log and everyone's just standing on it and pulling a rope. He's actually got a kind of a ferry boat that he takes across. But you all get to the other side unharassed by anything. People get off. There's one guy waiting on the other side who hops on the boat, and the boat takes off. There are only two other people that came across with you that aren't a member of your group. They travel off with each other, heading along the northern banks of the Black Forest, so in the opposite direction that you all are going in. So, have any of you ever, traveled through the Black Forest before?
Nope.
Right. Do you know what a mogul is?
Do I get to roll knowledge
Knowledge
again?
nature.
Oh. Ah.
'Cause I know I messed it up the last time.
Nature. No.
12, 6, 13. You don't know Fee and Akko, you don't know the particulars about Mogul, but it does spark a small bit of recognition in your minds, and you tie it to the frogs that attacked you on the boat.
Oh. Okay.
They're
Yeah, I think the merchant guy mentioned it.
yeah, so they're you know what animalkin are, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, animals that have been given intelligence from the Age of Glamour. So the Mogul are similar. They don't have higher intelligence like what you and I have, or the animalkin. They have a sort of sapience, though. Not high enough to be of our level, but not low enough to be just a beast.
Semi-sentient.
Probably
animal.
the best way to look at it. They are very territorial of their swamplands. A Mogul tribe has taken up nest over the last couple years along the river's side to the Black Forest. And so we may run across them, we may not. I usually stick a little bit into the interior of the wood, though, so we shouldn't run across them.
We fought them on the river.
Oh, okay.
Does that comment about their intelligence include the ones that cast magic?
The magic they practice is much like a druid's magic. So they're not like your classic wizard, hermetic and casting from runes and books and such. They're casting from something within them, something tying them to the land.
He was casting spells similar to what I know.
Are you a druid?
I am.
Well, that'll be good help for us as we're crossing through the Black Forest. I know a little bit of woodcraft myself, but not very much. He puts his fingers up to his mouth and gives a whistle. And after a moment, a bird glides over and settles onto his shoulder. It appears to be a falcon that lands on his shoulder.
Armand, I have a question for you.
Yes?
Kip. Kip, can you come here?
Yeah.
Can you show him your tattoo?
Which one?
The one that you were telling me isn't druidic.
Oh, that one. Yeah. He'll slide up his sleeve.
It It looks nice, but I don't speak Druidic.
He's not a druid.
He's a ranger.
I thought he said he was a druid. Damn it!
I know a little woodcraft, similar magic.
Speaking of which, where's my fucking bird?
Oh, it,
The one that you sent to Denbury?
He's not smart enough to find the village. I was just hoping he might see a little girl lost in the woods, but he's been gone almost 2 days.
so wait, are we traveling on foot?
Yes, we'll
Okay.
travel into the forest a little bit and then head south.
Perfect. Because I have my horse and yeah,
I would
Lucian
recommend
doesn't
not
like-
riding it.
It's fine.
There's a lot of roots and other things that may catch it. He gives his falcon like a little pet, and then gives another like little whistle, and the bird takes off heading south.
What a handsome companion you have.
He's been with me a while. His name is Gar. Faithful companion. Helps me have a sense of what's ahead of us a bit. Not as useful as a wizard's familiar in some cases, but more hardy.
I can damn near promise he's more useful than mine.
I
Did you
like
send
your bird.
Did you send your bird into the wood?
Shortly after we saw the bloke fishing on the edge of the river, I asked him to see if he could spot the wee girl. Haven't heard back from him. We don't get along.
You don't get along with your companion.
He's got a mouth on him.
What type of bird is he?
Raven.
They say companions often reflect the qualities of their handlers.
Well, this one chose me.
Yeah, I think it's suited.
He's a right cock.
Also suited.
Well, let's
Oi.
head out. I don't want to be on the bank at night. We want to be a little bit into the interior by then.
As we walk, I'm just gonna quick cast Beguiling Influence.
Okay, that's the one that makes you more charismatic, right?
24-hour buff.
Okay.
Just want to make sure it's up.
You have your aura of looking good, going.
Cast magical axe body spray.
Oh.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
That's why it gives me a bonus to intimidate.
This is not middle school influence.
Every
Ugh.
creature in the land's gonna know we're coming from 15 miles out. All right, so you all take off into the wood. Garmon leads the way. Here. Make a roll. All right, so you all travel for the remainder of the afternoon. As it starts to get to where you actually can't see the direct sun anymore, the glowing oranges filling the sky, Garmon calls an end to your travel. We've made some good time. We're probably about less than a day away from Dunbury now, if we stick to the path that I know. But we'll want to make camp before it gets too dark. Are you all familiar with surviving in the wood?
I am.
Vaguely.
You have tents,
No. Oh, I have a tent.
Yes.
provisions.
Kip
Yes.
pulls out
Yes.
his pillow.
You have a bedroll. I repacked your bag.
Well, I'll
And you
let you all set up camp. I'll go hunt down some game for dinner.
And you left out my pillow.
And he walks off into the forest by himself. Anything that you all would like to do while you're getting camp set up?
Do we want a fire? I mean, it's summer. Do we really need one?
Not for warmth.
Probably.
And we can at least set one up in case he brings game back for us to cook.
Setting up a fire isn't just about warmth, it's about being able to see your surroundings, or at least your immediate surroundings. And yes, people will see you, but it also will keep certain things away from you.
You
True.
guys can't see at night?
No.
I can, but yeah, the rest of them can't.
I'll be able to soon enough.
All right, so you all get a fire set up. You get your tents pitched up. Garmon comes back about an hour later as the sun is starting to completely vanish from the sky. And he's got 3 rabbits slung across his back. Range spot of luck. I think we'll have a good meal for the evening. As he starts stripping and getting them all ready to be cooked up.
I'm going to observe closely and see if I can pick anything up.
He's obviously a very talented hand at doing this. He's clearly done it a lot. Seems like there's very little waste as he skins the rabbits, puts their fur up. He disposes of the innards appropriately. Cuts the meat off. Seems to be trying to make use of every part of it. Even collects the bone fragments afterwards and puts them into a pouch.
For arrowheads, or I direct that question towards him.
Some of them will be for arrowheads. It doesn't hurt to have a few. You'll learn this as you all travel more. You'd like to have a variety of materials that you attack things with. Different creatures respond in different ways. But not all of them will go to weapons. Some of them I will sew in honor to the kill.
Oh, aye.
Yes. That's just my way. I don't think it's everyone's.
I'm wide awake, so I imagine we'll be setting a watch. I'm happy to take first watch with whoever is also chipper.
I'm fine. I can stay with you since I can see fairly well.
All right.
Garmond, you all watch as he pulls out a hammock from his pack, and then he starts climbing a tree. All right, so everyone's bedding down for the night. Kip and Fee, give me perception checks, please.
Will do.
Do you want Luna's too?
Yes.
All right. There's mine. And Luna's. Luna is apparently gnawing a bone.
All right, and Kip got a 3.
Oh, do I need to add anything with for low light vision, or am I good?
You're good. You don't need to add
Okay.
anything for that. That's whether you'll have like negative modifiers, and I'll just apply that myself,
right.
knowing what people's characters have. All right. Give me 1 second here. My roll 20 just crashed on me, so I've got to pull this back up. If you all would like to talk to each other so there's not just dead air, that's also cool.
Kip,
Huh?
you getting anything off of our guide?
I mean, I gave him a wee glance when we were leaving the pub, but no.
Hmm.
He's only got one magic item on him, though, which is odd for someone as experienced as he purports to be, but maybe he doesn't need more.
Maybe he travels light.
I
I can't shake the feeling of I wonder if he was
that we're being played.
no that we're being watched.
Well, I think that's guaranteed.
No, I mean like I wonder if Quarters is the type of person who might plant people specifically in our way to make sure we don't get over our heads. Kind of having a chaperone without having a chaperone. We have to be smart enough to ask for help.
I don't think that's unlikely.
Hmm.
Your watch comes to a quiet end. Nothing of note happens. Who's on second watch?
I'll take second watch.
Anyone else joining Emnos?
I will.
Yeah, I was gonna volunteer for third.
Sounds good.
Okay. Alara and Emnos, give me your perception checks, please.
Okay.
Hmm.
12 and 12. All right. I'm still getting things set up, so if you all want to
Okay.
talk amongst yourselves, I appreciate it.
I do think we're doing the right thing.
I know we're doing the right thing. And to be honest, if other people weren't going to join, I was going to do this on my own. So I'm glad other people want to do the right thing right now.
Well, I'm confident you weren't going to do it on your own.
No. I'm glad about that.
It's unusual. Sometimes the way they talk and the things they do don't line up completely.
Well, I think everyone's like that, don't you think? You know, people want to be deceptive and not show exactly who they are on the outside. It shows a bit of defense against the outside. There's nothing wrong with that. People don't always trust everyone around them immediately.
Vega and I were having a conversation about precisely that the day that we left. About directing the person you project so that you can predict where your opponent will try and strike. I suspect that he means that both literally and metaphorically. It applies to politics and conversation as much as it applies to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit it's a concept I can struggle with.
I don't. The way we see things and what we've encountered and what we know is going to be different than other people's stories. People will get to their destination via different pathways. And sometimes you can't see how they got there through their pathway, but they did.
I suppose I can find it easy to understand why a bad person would pretend to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I find it more difficult to understand why a good person would pretend to be bad. And yet, it seems to be the case. Frequently, even.
I understand that. I understand that in a very, very deep way. Why would someone who is good pretend to be bad? Well, maybe because sometimes being good, it can appear as a vulnerability.
There are
And
certainly many who equate kindness with weakness.
Exactly. And good and bad, or good and evil, they're subjective concepts.
I think some might be disturbed to hear a paladin say that, but I take your
It's-
meaning.
It's true, though.
It is.
We exist in a world where people have their reasoning. You can do terrible things to someone, and you can do terrible things for noble reasons, and you can do wonderful things for treacherous reasons. So what defines the good or the bad? The action or the reasoning?
Not unlike the river, isn't it? Always more going than appears on the surface.
It's true. And someone who's good can do something that's evil, and that doesn't change the fact that they're good. Sometimes they don't have any other options. Sometimes passions take over. Sometimes reactions happen. It's what we do on a grand scale that matters, not what we do on every minor scale. We can make mistakes. We're mortal.
Imnos.
I have a feeling you didn't learn this in remedial goodness.
I read a lot.
Imnos.
Yes.
As you all are talking, your eyes are looking at Alara over top of the fire, and you scan away from the trees for a moment to engage her. And at that moment, as she finishes her sentence, you feel this pinch in your back, and suddenly there's like fire spreading up your back. You take 2 points of damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Alara, behind Imnos, as he suddenly goes stock still, the flame casting light out over him causes another shadow behind him of this black multi-arm thing behind him that suddenly strikes out of the bushes directly behind him towards him.
Oh, that's not great.
That
Okay.
fire burns hot across your back as you take an additional 5 points of damage. As a spider attacks. Alara, in the same instance, you hear scraping against your armor behind you as another spider tries to strike out and fortunately can't find purchase in your armor. We are going to roll initiative.
Okay. Wade,
Yes.
I really hate saying this, and you can say no, but while we were having that conversation, one of the things I wanted to do was actually lay on hands on myself because I still have some damage.
You have been fully healed from the boat trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have been fully healed by now.
I was just at but I was gonna do a thing. Let's see. Initiative. Oh, I have to. There we go. I have to hit my token.
Yeah, you have to click on your token for it to take. Why is that not?
Do I have to right click or left click?
Just click on your token so that it highlights your token,
Yeah.
and then roll your initiative. It should pop it up. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't clear out the initiative from last time. There we go. Now you all should be able to do it.
Oh, okay.
Apologies, everyone.
There aren't any tokens on this page that take a turn. Right ticket.
Still have the no characters found for selected, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let me check something here.
So I'll probably have to enter it manually again.
I'm gonna pop a grid up real fast. Try again.
Nah, same error.
No dice.
That's really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It worked last time. Let me try something.
I don't think it did work for most of us last time.
No, we got it to work eventually.
Yeah, I just don't know what happened that was different.
I never got it to work off the character sheet, but
I hate technical difficulties. Boo!
they're the worst.
Help.
Why is it not working?
Holy shit.
Okay, here we go. Go ahead and roll it, and I'm going to add you guys manually. And then you can just edit your turn with that. Who do I not have there?
Me.
Laura.
Why can't I?
Yeah, it's not letting me.
There we go.
It keeps going back to 0.
Okay, give me a second and I'll do it. All right, so Akko's on there, Amnos is on there, Fee's
I
on
manually entered mine.
there. Yeah, what is yours, Alara?
I just got it.
Okay.
Now that we've all rolled really high initiatives for the most part, we're all gonna fucking whale our combat rolls.
Probably.
I wasted my
Possible.
120.
Although most of my knowledge checks so far have been poop, so maybe I'll actually do okay in combat tonight. As opposed to last week.
All right, descending order. There we go. All right, Akko, you're asleep. So far, nothing has roused you. Trying to figure out why. Yeah, there we go. This you all hear skittering as another spider comes rushing out of the wood and will come up on Luna and strike at Luna.
In the tent?
Oh, that's there. It comes at Imnos. I remember
that's
you
fair.
guys are intense. That's fair.
Wait,
Sorry.
is this still the first watch? Because if so, we wouldn't
No,
be in the
second.
tent.
Second.
Oh, okay.
Second watch. Imnos, does a 13 hit you?
It does not.
All right. Alara, you're up.
All right, I'm going to turn to the spider behind me,
Okay.
and I am going to slash him with my sword while simultaneously calling out for everyone to wake up. We got spiders.
All right.
Give me a second.
Goddamn spiders.
I
Nine?
can't see how much that rolled besides the thing.
It rolled a 4, so you have a 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. So that will unfortunately miss as the spider's a little bit too dexterous for you to hit him. Anything else you'd like to do?
Going to. No, there's not much else I can do.
Okay. Kip, you are raised with the call that there's a bunch of 8-legged freaks attacking you all.
Got spiders.
You are in your tent, prone. Kip?
I can stand up as a move action, I assume, or can I take any action other than leaving the tent this turn?
You can basically stand up and get out of your tent this turn and basically be in the square that you're in.
Okay.
So you still have a standard.
Let's see. Is that a big mamma jamma right there?
That's Alora's warhorse.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't have an answer.
I'm gonna zippy zap this one.
All right. You doing Eldritch Blast?
Yep, that's
Okay.
all I got. Rolling. Did that roll?
Let me check the. No,
I don't
nothing
see
on
it.
the GM layer.
Checking. I'll try again.
No, nothing came through.
That's weird. It was working last time. Oh, I have to do the flank value and all that stuff. No. Does it count as flanked by the warhorse?
No, it's a ranged attack too. You don't flank with range.
Gotcha.
That jumpy little spider, unfortunately, manages to dodge out of the way of your attack. Do you have 2 blasts or just 1?
Just one. I'm not sure. Oh, because I clicked it twice.
Yeah, so it dodges out of the way of your blast.
That is a touch attack.
That'll still miss. They are
Gotcha.
very nimbly bimbly.
Fucking spiders.
Right. All right. Let's see. All right, Alara, you suddenly see a shadow down at your feet as another spider jumps up out of the bushes to attack you. It will have surprise on you. Does a 15 hit you flat-footed?
No, it does not. Oh, wait,
Flat-
flat-footed?
yeah,
No, it
flat-footed.
does not.
Your armor is too much for it, as fangs dripping with venom just scrape along your armor. Not finding any way to get to you yet. All right, Garmon up in the tree is roused by everybody. He will. You all see him because he's been laying in a hammock up in the tree. So he grabs his bow and just kind of lays to the side of his hammock and shoots an arrow down towards the one that's on Imnos right here. That will hit.
Casual Aragorn.
It pierces its thorax, but doesn't manage to drop the spider, but it gives this clacky hiss as its mandibles slap together in pain.
Nice.
Fee, you're up.
I'm going to stand up and get out of my tent,
Yep, that'll basically put you right where you are right now.
and I will attack Ya Spider
Okay,
with my bow.
okay. You will have a -4 to the attack because it's in melee right now.
Oh, I can't move anymore. Or can I shift back?
It's not
in
connected.
melee
It's
with-
in melee
ha,
with
ha, ha.
Imnos and technically
yeah.
with Luna also right now.
Gotcha. Actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So -4 would put me at -1.
Arrow will thunk into the ground between its legs.
Yep.
Unfortunately missing.
All right, and then Luna will attack
Okay.
the same spider.
That will hit.
All right, let me find her damage real quick. Okay.
I bet it's like a 1d6 plus 2.
+1.
Oh, okay. Damn. I don't have the monster manual memorized anymore. All right.
But companion wolves are a wee different, but
That's
yeah.
true. It does get the boost. 3 damage is actually enough with the arrow strike it took already, as Luna's jaws wrap around one of its legs, and she just starts whipping her head, slamming it into the ground until it curls up and rolls onto its back.
By the way, I love the fact that my wolf does the death shake.
Right?
It warms
Yeah.
my heart.
All right. Akko, you hear the bushes in the tree to your south start rumbling and thrashing as another spider barrels its way through the bush, much larger than the spiders you've seen so far, as it comes running up straight at you, clicking its pincers clicking its mandibles at you as it comes in to strike.
Not good.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. You are going to take 5 points of damage. I need a Constitution throw, please. I realize I should change the music up too.
Connor Fort.
Fortitude save. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So you rolled a 20. Yeah, you feel that fire come into your veins, and you manage to just will yourself to ignore it for right now as the venom courses through you, not really hurting your nerves like it should. A little bit too stout in the moment. All right. Let's see who's up next.
Spitter.
That's up next. Kip and Fee, give me perception checks, please. All right. Kip, you are not surprised as you just feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you turn to look behind you as almost like a wave of tiny spiders comes rushing across the ground up behind you and Fee. Little ones, just hundreds of them, skittering up towards you all and climbing up your ankles and starting to try and bite at you all. Kip, does an 11 hit you?
No, it does not.
Okay. Fee, a 9 probably doesn't hit you.
Sorry, I was muted. No, it does not.
Okay, perfect. All right, next up is the one to the south of Imnos. Imnos, a 3 definitely doesn't hit you.
It does not.
Yep. And with that, it is your turn, Imnos.
Okay. This one's dead, correct?
Yes, it is. Let me make him super dead. But yes, he is dead.
Excellent. I'm gonna 5 foot here, sort of try and draw some attention away from Akko, and I'm going to pull up my sword and slash at this spider.
Okay.
Oh, probably not.
Nope. Unfortunately, your blade swings, but it goes up on 4 of its legs, and your blade just cuts underneath its front legs without finding any meat to thunk into.
Quick little bugger. That'll be me.
Alara, the spider to your northeast, is going to try and bite into you.
Okay.
Does a 18 hit you?
Yes.
All right. You're going to take 1 point of damage, and I need
Okay.
a fortitude save, please.
Okay. 1 second.
All right. You are going to take an additional 4 points of damage as the poison courses through your blood.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Next up, and this one. Fee, this one does not surprise you as it's trying to skitter down the tree stealthily, but loses its grip and instead tumbles down the tree and lands at your feet before getting back up quickly and trying to bite at your body.
Okay.
15, does that hit you?
Nope.
All right, Akko, you're up.
Can I tell if the large spider has reach?
You don't think it does. It seems to primarily attack with its fangs, its mandibles and stuff.
It's biting. Okay.
Yeah, it's biting at you, and it's probably not gonna be able to do that at range.
Okay. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back away from the big spider,
Okay.
and then I will cast Mage Armor.
Okay. You are gonna take an attack of opportunity
From the small one, yeah.
the small
I don't
one.
want to take it from the big one.
All right. Does a 13 hit you?
Without the Mage Armor, it will, yeah.
Okay. You're gonna take 1 point of damage, and I need a Fortitude
Concentration.
save
Oh, Fortitude.
to see if you take the additional, and that's what you're gonna base your
Right.
concentration off of.
I clicked off the wrong thing. Fortitude.
Oh yeah, you're solid. You don't even feel the poison enter your system. You're just like, oh, dragon blood is so good. So I just need a concentration check for the 1 point of damage that you did take.
Which is, what, 10 plus the point of damage plus the level of the spell?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so
believe.
12. So we got a 50-50 this goes off. Skills, concentration. Come on, luck. Nope.
So you cast the spell as a little, just a little pierce of pain in your knee, but it's enough that as the vibrant blue armor is starting to form over your body, it shatters like glass around you and falls to the ground before evaporating into nothingness.
I hate spiders.
All right, that guy is dead. Alara, you're up.
Okay, I am attacking the spider next to me.
Okay.
Do. Thank you. God damn.
Yeah, you guys are not on the RNG side tonight, unfortunately. That's unfortunately going to miss.
It's what Coda said.
Yeah.
It's true.
Incoming TPK.
Kip, you're up.
Oh, wait, I have one more thing I'm doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm whistling to Lucian,
Okay.
my horse, to retreat.
Okay. He will take off. He will suffer an attack for opportunity, but that's not going to hit. So he takes off.
Thank you.
Get on the right layer. All right. Kip, your turn.
So I can summon swarms. Does the horde of little spiders look like a swarm?
It is a swarm.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Fee real quick and just say fire. I'll use my move action to pull out a flask of oil.
Okay.
Can I drop it into the swarm and still take an action?
No, it'll be your action to basically throw the oil on them.
I was gonna shatter so it's sprayed, but
Yeah, so that's why it's an action.
toss the flask.
So give me an attack roll.
Okay, just a ranged attack.
Yeah, it's just a ranged attack. Don't know if your adrenaline might kick in, you might throw it too far or something else like that. But 11 is enough to hit that square as you douse the swarm in front of you all with oil. All right. Next up is going to be the spider that you tried to strike, Alara, as it tries to strike you back, equally as ineffectual, hopefully, for you. 15 doesn't hit, I assume?
Nope.
Okay. Gourmand up in the tree. He is going to shoot at the big spider. He is going to miss. All right, Fee, you're up.
You're muted, Dakota.
Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna cast Produce Flame.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. I'm not even like. I'm assuming that's basically at my feet.
Yeah, you could basically fire it right at the swarm area.
Like, can I just like bend over and touch?
Unfortunately, not. It's not just about the fact that you're trying to hit with accuracy, but this is also a combative situation where you're also moving around and looking around you at the same time. So you have to make sure you're also getting it to the right place without overextending or something else.
Luckily, the DC to hit the square is pretty low.
Well, you have to hit the monster in this case. It's not just the square.
Gonna get bit by that little spider, though.
That is true. The little spider will get an attack of opportunity on you.
And I don't have anywhere, like, I can't back up.
No, the fire is behind you.
That's fine.
But 3 isn't going to hit you.
Yeah, I know.
That will absolutely hit the swarm. So roll your damage and add an additional d6 onto it due to the oil.
Let me look and see what the fire. Okay.
Looks like 7 damage, boss.
7 damage.
Yeah.
All right, and it catches on fire. And I will resolve that on its turn. But it is still up, though it is minus a good chunk of spiderlings. All right, big spider. His littler target is gone. Emnos is in front of him. He attacks at Emnos.
Legit.
Emnos does a 15 hit you.
It does not.
Okay.
Oh, shit!
What's up?
I didn't do Luna's attack.
Oh, go ahead and do it now.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. She's
gonna whiff.
Miss. Yeah.
It's her
All
first
right.
miss ever, though.
It is.
All right, the swarm will attack. Oh, first off, we'll see if it can stop, drop, and roll. Which it doesn't. Please roll another die 6 for me, Fee.
Yep.
As it continues to burn from the oil that's coating all of its little spiderlings. 2 extra damage. Okay, it's still up. It will attack. Kip, does a 17 hit you?
Checking. Yes, it does. Hits me exactly.
And Fee, does a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay. Kip, you're going to take 3 points of damage,
Okay.
but there's no poison effect for the swarm.
They're little.
They're little spiders, and swarms are pretty nasty at these levels, so they don't get special poisons on top of being a swarm. All right, Spiderling to your southwest, Emnos. He's going to attack you.
Sure.
11.
No, sir.
All right. You are dodging like a mad monk, and it is your turn.
I'll return the favor and try and slash at him with the sword.
The little one or the big one?
The little one for
Okay.
now. Does an 18 hit it?
18 absolutely hits it.
Right. 8 points of damage.
All right, 8 points. He is still up. All right, Alara.
I am going to,
Oh, go ahead.
as a swift action,
Ooh, swift.
I'm going to use sudden leap, which
Okay.
lets me do that as a swift action. Leap to back there behind that spider.
Okay.
Try and acrobatics to not get totally
Tumble.
owned. Exactly.
You're looking for a DC 20.
Let's see here. Not that.
Unfortunately not. So they will both get a tax opportunity on you. Little one whiffs. Big one is a 19.
That'll hit me.
So you're going to take 3 points of damage and a fortitude save, please.
Nope.
You're going to take an additional 6 points of poison damage.
I am barely conscious.
All right.
Staggered.
Yeah, you are right there, unable to really do much of anything. All right. So the little one is going to rush over to Emnos and start secreting web and wrapping him up in webbing. Wait, was that one? That one's turn? Oh, wait, no, sorry, wrong one. Let me catch back up here. There we go. Put him back where he was. Alara, the one next to you at your northeast, is going to attack. 15?
No.
All right. Fee, the one to your west, is going to attack. 7 doesn't hit.
No.
Yeah. Akko, you're up.
So is Zimnos down
He is down. He's not bleeding or anything. He is just down.
at 0?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna stab the big one.
Okay. You're gonna move in on it?
No, I reach weapon.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You got the spear.
Yeah. There they are. Come on, click.
Thirteen will unfortunately miss it. As
Yep.
it actually does hit it, but hits into solid thunking chitin on its sides.
Damn spider. Okay. I am also going to 5-foot step to this side.
Okay. Alara, you're up.
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Ah, fuck. I have to double check how something works. I'm sorry about that.
If you want to
was-
ask what it does, I can probably list it for you.
Doesn't matter. I just looked it up. I'm attacking the one next to me, I
Okay.
guess. Because 1, 2. Yeah, moving away from it would give it an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Um,
Pray to RNG.
Yep. Fuck!
Damn. All right. All right. Kip, you're up. That's brutal.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step
Okay.
and then blast at the one that dropped Imnos and try to draw its fire.
Okay. Are you attacking the big one?
Yeah, big
Okay.
mamma jamma.
$18 will hit.
Ha!
Well, you draw first blood on it. Anything else
Singed
you'd
off
like
one
to
of
do?
its hairs. No, that's it.
All right. All right. The one above Akko, he is going to turn away from Alara because he's not doing anything to this creature. It's starting to think that it can't hurt this creature, so instead it attacks Akko. Akko, does a 12 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. You're going to take 1 point of damage and a fortitude save, please.
Ow. That's a 4.
You're going to take an additional 3 points of poison damage. All right. Gourmand is going to go. He's going to reach behind him to pull out his arrows. Instead of pulling out one, he actually pulls out 2, and then rapid fires both shots. At
Rapid
the
shot.
at the big spider. First one will hit. Second one will hit.
Nice.
All right. He thunks 2 clean shots into its backside. It's still up, but it did not like that as it lets out another screech. Its clickers clicking together rapidly. Fee, you're up.
I'm gonna attack the little spider who couldn't
Okay.
next to me. For range touch attack, 20.
Okay, that will absolutely hit. Is this produce flame?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have to recast that each time, or is that just something that you can keep chucking?
It lasts the amount of rounds as my level, so it lasts for 2 rounds.
Awesome.
So this is my second round.
5 damage.
So it goes away after this.
All right. Okay, so 5 damage to it. It takes it.
All right, and then Luna is gonna attack the same one.
Okay. Hit. So Luna
Sorry, that should be
dives.
6.
Yeah, Luna dives on top of this thing, biting into its head and shaking like crazy, and you hear a snap as she lifts her head up, and it's holding this thing's head off of its body.
Gross but good girl.
It is dead.
Excellent.
All right. Big guy, he is going to move up. Akko, he's
Ow.
going to attack you.
Oh, whiff. Whiff, you big bastard.
Let's see. 13, which I'm pretty sure hits you at this stage.
Yep.
You're going to take 5 points of damage. And a fortitude save, please. Okay, so no extra poison damage.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, you're killing the fortitude saves tonight.
If
All
only I
right.
could roll something else.
All right. Dex save for the swarm. It fails. Roll a die 6 for me, Fee.
Jesus fuck!
Well, luckily that's actually all you actually needed, as it burns away into cinders of little spiders.
Yay.
All right. All right. So now it is this guy's turn as he moves over to Imnos and starts wrapping him up in a cocoon of webs, preparing to take him away for lunch.
Gross.
It would be Imnos' turn. but there's nothing that you can do, unfortunately, at this stage. You're bound up. You're at 0 hit points. So you're just kind of stuck in the situation you're in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Northeast of Alara, he will strike out at Alara. 19.
What do you mean, ooh, 19?
I got to
so
hit you.
excitedly. Yeah, no. Get fucked. Yes, you get to hit me.
All
That
right.
hits.
2 points of damage and a fortitude save, please.
Oh, God, fuck.
You're only going to take 2 additional poison damage. All right, that one's dead. Akko, you're up.
Guess we'll go with just a 5-foot step this way and then stab the big one again.
Okay. That will hit. All right, 5 more damage to it. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's my turn.
All right. Let's see. Alara, you're up.
I'm gonna try to attack again.
Okay. I believe in you. I believe that you can do this. That will hit.
Okay,
Awesome.
excellent.
You did it.
Hold on. Submit.
Nice shot.
You land
Oh.
a powerful blow as you bring your sword down and stab it right through its backside, piercing to the ground as it screeches and its legs curl up under it and it dies.
Great, thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank the RNG.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
still
thank
I'm
you
still
for
mad
fighting.
at the RNG.
Kip, you're up.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step
Okay.
and shoot at
Big spider.
fuckface McEightlegs.
Okay. The Eldritch Blast goes too far up in trajectory and clears over top of it.
Yep.
All right, that spider's dead. Gourmand is going to pull out a single arrow and shoot at the big one. And he will hit. All right, another 5 damage to it. It is looking not so good as he pierces one of its legs, causing it to start having to compensate its weight on its left side. Fee, you're up.
All right. I am going to move over to where this dead spider is.
All right, I'll move it
So I
out of the
can
way.
Get a
give me
better
1 second.
look. No problem.
There we go.
And I am going to cast Produce Flame.
Okay.
I'm actually going to shoot this one.
All right. You are going to take a -4 because it is technically in melee with Emnos.
Is it in melee with me if I'm helpless?
Yes, because he's still directly next to you, engaging
That's
you.
fair.
So it's about not wanting to hit your ally is the reasoning for that rule set. So I don't know if that's exactly the letter of that rule, but I believe that's the spirit of that rule.
That's legit.
This totally worked out well for Coda last time.
I believe.
On 20. I'm seeing a 20.
If that's the case, the big guy isn't in melee. is
No, he is not.
No.
Okay,
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna roll at that one. I'm gonna cast at that one.
Okay.
I appreciate the thought, Dakota. I really do.
I'll get to you. I don't want him minus. There. That's better.
That will hit.
Range
Nice.
touch attack.
That will hit.
6 points of fire.
All right, with that, the giant spider is immolated as flames gush up along its legs. You hear this popping noise as the liquid in its joints boil and pops its legs off, and it collapses in a dying screech.
Ugh.
It's like boiling a crab, but grosser.
Ugh. Don't like spiders.
All right, that was the big spider's turn. He is dead.
It's just a forest lobster.
dead.
No.
All right, the spiderling next to Emnos attaches the webbing to its backside and starts dragging Emnos off.
Oh, save me from the forest lobster.
We'll get there with
He's
it.
moving really fast.
He is moving really fast.
It's a really fast spider guy. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Emnos' turn. He's in the webbing, incapacitated. The last living spider with the group is going to attack Alara. 10 probably doesn't hit Alara though.
No, it does not.
All right, Akko, you're up.
Question: how thick is the cover between me and that spider that's grabbing Imnos?
It's probably going to have half cover because it's.
Oh no, not for a ranged attack. I'm asking for a charge.
Oh, for a charge? You couldn't do a charge.
Okay.
It would be difficult terrain trying to do that in certain areas.
Okay. Is that spider hurt at all?
It is hurt.
So is it just gonna have like the concealment, like basic concealment?
Yeah, it's going to have half cover. Which just
Actually,
adds to its AC. It's not going to give you...
Actually, I was gonna say I don't
level
think that matters. Where is my PDF? There it is. All right. I am going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I am going to move here,
Okay.
which I believe is 25 feet. If you want to get a half square, anyway. And I am going to cast Sonic Snap on the spider.
All right.
There's no hit roll. It takes 1 damage, and then it makes a will save against being deafened.
Okay. It is deaf. I'm pretty sure spiders are already deaf. I think. I'm not a spiderologist, so.
I mean, they have hairs, but
It
fails all its listen checks. Is all I'm saying.
done. It fails them. All right. Alara, you're up.
Okay. If I move, will the spider kitty corner to me have a attack of opportunity?
It will.
Okay, well then I'm going to attack it.
Okay. That will
Nice
hit.
shot.
That hits.
And with the eldritch damage it took way earlier in this combat, that actually finishes that spider off.
All right, great. I am going to take a move.
Okay.
I'm going to move here, and I'm going to call my horse
All right. Are you calling it to you?
to me. I mean, unless I can call it to trample that fucking spider, but I don't think it works that way.
No, you don't have a train for that particular
Yeah, I know
thing.
I don't, but I can call it to me.
I'm taking
Is
the
it-
magic one anyway.
As it comes over to you. Kip, you're up.
Quick clarification. Can I take my racial move speed and still cast, or can I only 5 foot and then cast?
No, I mean your racial movement speed is your movement speed, right?
Right, but I wasn't sure if Eldritch Blast is a full round action.
No, it's
It's normally a standard.
Okay. Do I have a better angle on Spidey from here?
Yeah, you're not going to have any concealment or cover to worry about.
All right, I'm gonna try to. Wait, how far away from me is he?
You will take the -4 because again, it is in melee with Emnos.
He is exactly in range. I'm going to cast Shatter on the web.
Let me look at something.
All it says is that it sunders non-magical objects. Because with my luck, I'll miss and kill Emnos.
The problem with Shatter is that this is not one solid object. The webbing isn't an object that it's not like a plate that can be broken or a door that can be shattered.
Gotcha.
It's a multitude of threads, so Shatter unfortunately won't be something that would work there.
Would it qualify as crystalline?
No.
Take the shot, it'll be fine.
I'm taking the shot.
Just don't roll a 1.
That's. I hate you. I rolled a
A
1.
1.
Wow! Oh,
I have
sorry.
not
Fun.
rolled above a 3 on any of those.
Oh no.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that again for me.
I have now rolled a 1, 2, 2, and 3 on these.
All right, you do
thank God.
not strike Emnos with your blast. It just goes wide and slams into the dirt near Emnos.
Pretty sure I could point down my throat and still miss my head.
All right,
Garment is not going to
Garmon.
be impressed with us.
Garmon will
Speak for
finally
yourself.
tear himself out of his hammock as he steps onto a branch, and he's going to try and do a shot here.
Oh no, you guys killed a lot of spiders.
And he will hit. The arrow strikes in the spider and does 6, and that's more than enough to drop the spider and kill it. And with that is the last spider engaged with you all.
Okay. I'm going to mount and rush to Imnos
All right.
and cut him out and lay on hands for 8 points of healing.
Emnos, you suck in
feels a
a
lot better.
deep breath of magical healing as you are covered in sticky web.
Well, that was vile. Thank you.
Does anybody else need healing?
Me.
Come here. Da, 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 da.
I'm just going to flop on the ground by the fire.
I start poking Akko. Does that hurt? Does that hurt?
Yep,
that
that
hurt?
hurts.
Does that hurt?
I hand Akko 8 berries. Eat these. You'll feel better. And heal 8 points of damage.
Score.
That still hurt?
I mean, it still hurts a bit, but that's definitely much better.
What about there?
Gormand comes down the tree. Is everyone all right?
Better than I was a moment ago, certainly.
Are we poisoned?
No, it was just kind of like an instantaneous poison against your nerves as they were set on fire.
I live.
Are we done? I'm going back to bed if we're done. I don't like spiders.
Imnos, Garmon walks over to you and starts mumbling some words as his fingers glow green, and he puts it across your wound. Heal 5.
Thank you.
And he does the same thing with Akko. Akko, heal 6.
Oh, thank you.
I'm afraid that's the limit of my healing capabilities right now. But hopefully, no one's worse or for wear.
I'll be
I've-
all right.
Got a few bruises, but I'll live.
Well, welcome to the Black Forest.
Great.
Are these spiders edible?
Quite a place.
I don't know. I've never tried to eat them myself.
Now I understand why you sleep in the tree.
I mean, the spiders can get up to you, but you get a little bit more warning time, especially the bigger ones.
Yeah, that big one was the problem.
Wade,
Yes.
I'm going to drink a potion of Cure Light Wounds.
Okay. All right, and with that, everybody, this is where we're going to call it for the evening. As you all start getting yourselves patched back up a little bit and healing up.
Since we're calling it for the evening, can I add my +2 to my Cure Light Wounds potion roll?
Yeah.
Sounds legit.
I'm cool with that, sure.
Oh boy.
All right, you all have survived a night in the Black Wood. Congratulations. And in our next session, we will enter into Dunbury.
Yay!
I'm excited.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for everyone who's been viewing tonight. Special throw out to Alex Morningkill for all the gift subs that he threw out to everybody who's watching. Awesome person for doing that. I appreciate it. We are going to raid another D&D channel for some friends
awesome.
of Dakota's who are putting on their own game right now. So please check them out. Give them a little bit of love. But thank you for joining us. Tune in Tuesday for Horde of the Dragon Queen with our other game, and then Thursday next week for our next session of, Realms of Faroff. Have a great night, everyone.
Night, y'all.
Awesome.
Baby
Bye,
worms, roll
everybody.
out.
Good night.
Damn it.